What is up, guys? It is your boy Josh or Zero here, bringing you all a brand new episode of the ANML Zro Show, a Q&A for E-Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everyone to the channel. I really appreciate all of you who are joining us, and we are going to be doing a live Q&A here in relation to Gears of War E-Day and the multiplayer specifically. I have got a guest with me here today, guys, who I'm really excited to have on the show. He's going to be here for a period of time. We might have some other guys and girls that jump on the show as well. We've got Mr. Abel Green here. Guys, he is a fellow content creator who's been creating content around Gears of War, a multitude of different shooters and things of that nature. Abel, what is up, brother?
Hello, Zero. Hello, chat. Hello, guys. Thank you guys for coming through on this wonderful Saturday, my man. I appreciate you having me on, Zero. Big time. Thank you.
Dude, of course, man. I know, of course. Before we kind of like jump into this thing, dude, into, questions and answers and things of that nature. Look, dude, every time I have someone on my channel and, I'm super happy. I want to get you onto like the kind of the rotation of people coming onto the channel. But I want to, for those of you, the people in my community who have never seen any of your content, who, are brand new to you and your face and everything else, tell everyone like how you got involved in YouTube and content creation and now more recently with Gears of War. I'll give you the floor here for a couple minutes, brother.
All right. I appreciate it, Zero. So first of all, everybody, I'm black. Secondly, I've been doing YouTube for over a decade, probably over 13 years, probably something close to that. I always been passionate about discussions around gaming, period. I always love gaming as a whole. But specifically, if you know me, I love shooters. I always been passionate about multiplayer shooters. Growing up in my household with my brothers and stuff, that's what we did. Well, we did a lot of split screen gaming, and then when it came to online gaming, it was a wrap. I'm from the era of SOCOM, Gears of War, Ghost Recon, all the Tom Clancy, all the Tom Clancy games. Like, don't get me started. From Black Arrow to Vegas, you name it. I'm a tactical's my pinnacle of where I go at. But as of recent, guys, I've been leaning into Arc Raiders, also Gears of War E-Day, War Dogs as well coming up. I'm very much a older guy that knows what I like and I like to have discussions with people that I care about, and that's my community and you folks commenting on my videos and stuff. And yeah, man, just over time I just found a big love in the passion of highlighting good quality titles that keep fun first and that really bring us together for a good time. I don't care for experiences. And then this is one of my mantras here. I don't care for experiences that don't bring people together for fun. If the game is not fun and can't hold anybody, what are we doing? I'm really go off my Abel Green 10 Commandments, and and that's something in the background that you guys may not even know about. I think this is the first time I ever mentioned it, but I have a 10 Commandment thing that I go through that I feel like a lot of games need to have in essence to be fun and viable for you and I. And I'm an older guy, so I'm here to represent our well, some of the young fellas come through too, but ladies and gentlemen, but I'm here to represent the older crowd that's still gaming and still want to talk games and enjoy these experiences. And again, I want to build a home for those people and those voices. And yeah, man, I've been enjoying my ride, and I very much appreciate you, Zero, for having me on. I very much look up to you as well. Just know that I appreciate your perspective, your content, and you very much are passionate about your subject matters. You go in on Gears. I only know you for Gears personally. I know you have other channels and things going on. I know you do, but I know you personally for Gears, and really headed in. And I really was leaning in with you with Gears of War Reloaded, and I seen how you were talking in the perspectives and talking about marketing and the lack of push on things and being very critical with Coalition and how they were doing different things. very good stuff. And that's the thing I live for. I react to your guys' content, like be it different content creators, but you have to have a subject. And brother, you had a couple. I think I reacted probably to 2 or 3 of your videos. Because you just spoke the subject matter so well, and I was so passionate. Like you had me riled up, and I was like, "Nah, I got to talk back." And that's another way. And if you guys don't know, that's another way that I talk to fellow content creators. That's my thing. Like reactions is something to some people where it's like, oh, I'm just doing a reaction. For me, it's like I would love to talk to this person about this subject matter, but I can't. So what do? I react. So that's very much where I came up with you. And yeah, man, I appreciate what you do, and what you do here with your community is beautiful. I
Oh, that's
really
awesome, man. Hey, man, dude, super grateful for you. Those are like, I mean, those are really kind words. And, yeah, there's a mutual respect here. Coming across, guys, Abel Green, Mr. Abel Green, by the way, before we go any further, you guys definitely got to go check out his YouTube channel, what he's doing over there. I got to tell you, dude, give you some flowers here. Cause I really love like
Thank you,
the thumbnails that you're coming up with. I mean, dude, you're looking
Thank you.
fresh in all of your
Thank you.
videos.
Thank
You
you.
like,
Thank
there's
you.
a certain level of professionalism that you're bringing to
Oh
your
yeah.
craft.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you
Yeah.
definitely take that really personally, and I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah. I
excited.
think it's here.
Oh, I know you do, and I'm excited to see what you do with Gears of War E-Day, our
Yeah,
beloved
yeah.
Gears
I'm
of War.
excited too.
What?
I'm excited too, baby. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, I saw your video where you reacted to the multiplayer
Yes. Very
reveal.
excited.
What
Very excited.
what exactly, what did you think about when you were going through it? I mean, obviously, it seemed like you were pretty blown away by what you were seeing.
Yes.
And
Totally.
and
Totally.
what
Totally.
was like,
Totally.
what's your like your history with Gears of War? Like, do we go all the way? Do
Okay.
we go all the way
Okay.
back to '06 for you,
Oh
or is
yeah, oh
okay?
yeah, oh yeah. We're all the way '06. Are you kidding me? I was there
Okay.
with server browsers. Are you kidding me? Yeah, yeah. Like, bro, like I was there server browser. None of this battle pass stuff. Bro. You just play the game. You just find the server you want to go to. 8 out of 8 is open. You hop in. Yo, telling my brothers come in the server before somebody else comes in. Come in, bro. Yeah, I started at the genesis of this. Like, mind you, folks, interviewed Cliffy B. Interviewed Cliffy B. Spoke with me and Cliffy, talked and everything. Like, bro, yeah, you guys have no clue. Genesis been
How
doing
was
this so long.
really quick? How was it talking to? I have not spoken to Cliffy B. I want to get him on one of the shows for sure here in the future.
Yeah.
What was it like talking to the mastermind behind Gears?
I first of all, it was an honor to speak with him. Looking back in hindsight, I'll say this: it was very cool meeting him. He's very knowledgeable and he loves to talk.
Yeah,
He loves to talk.
he
So
does.
so he has a lot of wisdom in him, and he loves to share and give his perspective on things. But to me in that time, guys, meeting Cliffy B was like that was akin to meeting one like i.e. Like a Michael Jordan or somebody in my time. That was everything for me. That was really big because like to have somebody that actually had a hand in the creative directive in what Gears of War is, it was phenomenal. And watching the documentaries of Gears of War, which I'm pretty sure you folks, if you're watching this right now, if you know, you know, knowing how the game came about and the pressure that Epic Games was under to deliver Gears of War back in 2006, it was monumental. And listen, man, I've done it all for Gears. Listen, bought the consoles, bought the controllers, everything, midnight releases, everything. My house was lit, brother. You guys have no clue. No clue. I don't go crazy and talk about it now and stuff like that, but you guys have no clue. I'm probably a bigger fan than you guys, but you have no clue. I'm just quiet about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But,
So
yeah.
so your passion for Gears of War, it stems pretty deep from,
Yeah,
a
for
long, I
sure.
mean, we all have our stories of how, we got into Gears of War and things. Like for me, it was, it was the first game that came with my Xbox 360 in the summer of '07.
Yes.
It came in '07. So I didn't get in at '06. I didn't even know what Gears of War was. And then in
Right,
'07, I worked a whole summer for my 360. Gears of War
go.
1
Yes,
comes with
yes.
it. And I from that moment on, I was like, wow, dude, it blew me away by like at the time and everything else. It was unbelievable. And so
Zero. The 360 at that time, what a console, huh? What a
Well,
console.
I mean, to me, dude, it's still the greatest console of all time. I just
Oh,
my
brother,
memories with
it's
it
up
and
there.
everything.
It's
Yeah,
oh,
it's
brother, it's up there. It's up there. Totally,
I
totally,
definitely I think
totally.
that those just I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, there was just as many issues as there were great things. You know, the
Yes,
Red
there
Ring
were
of Death and everything.
Red
Yeah,
Ring.
yeah, of
Oh yeah, I
course.
went through a couple. Yep, yep.
But
Went through a
oh
couple.
my gosh, dude, I loved the 360. I thought it was great. And so, now all these years later, here we are on the cusp of what is Gears of War E-Days beta. I mean, we're a week away.
Yes, yes.
We're a week away. What did you think about this multiplayer reveal that the coalition came out with? We got it playing in the background here. What did you? I mean, what was your initial thoughts of this multiplayer, man? From Horde Siege to Versus. I want to. Did you get a chance to play the game, by the way?
No, I was actually was gonna say this. Coalition, I'm looking at you. I don't see how I was not knocked at on the door. I
We
was
got.
I like in no hate to the people that were, but I was so excited. I just felt like a kid that was just watching the kids play on the playground, and I'm just on the sideline like, what? So super excited for everybody that got to touch it, but your boy definitely wanted in. I'm not gonna front. Like I wanted in, and from what I seen from the multiplayer reveal, guys, I was very excited. I mean, the fact that they went into Horde Siege in such a manner, PVE is a big role in Gears of War actually doing something this time around, guys. This is a big role, major key. Um, and that's not to be understated. Then the versus is looking solid just as well. Now I don't know where we go far as like how inviting this Gears of War is to newcomers. I don't know because we are a special bunch Gears of War players. Like literally, like our learning curve in how we play games is we're kind of hardcore. Like we're
Mhm.
kind of a hardcore group of people. However, I think we might bridge the gap via Siege, the Horde mode, and that blew me away. That blew me away right there because I was like, wow, wait, 3 teams, 4 guys, the revives, the like the sonar thing that gave up like pings to different pings on different characters on the map, and then also the weaponry, the modifications, the way that you now collect energy and things to do different things. Ladies and gentlemen, no battle pass. Hello. It felt like I was in 2006 with some hair on me. You understand? Like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. I was
I'm
like
with
very
you,
excited.
dude. I think the no battle pass thing was probably one of the
That blew me away.
that was the biggest
That blew
highlight
me away.
for me. I mean, really,
That blew me
because
away.
when they were
Yeah,
saying
yo,
that, no,
Zero, isn't that crazy though? That's a high like people don't understand. Like that might mean nothing to nobody. That was huge when they said that. That was huge to me.
well,
That was that was
there's a
crazy.
level of self-awareness from the coalition, I feel, where
Yes.
they're listening to the community, and they understand that, the things that are going to be really important for us, like the earnable items over the payable items. I mean, dude, I've talked about this at
Yes.
absolute nauseum, dude,
I know you have. I
over the
know you
course of
have.
time. And I feel
I
like
know you have.
the whole battle pass, dude, to be quite honest with you, Abel, I really
Yeah,
felt
go ahead.
like
Keep it real. Go ahead, brother. Go.
I felt that from what we were seeing at the direct and the Xbox game showcase and everything, I thought for sure they were going to have a battle pass. They were going to have, like, I mean, certainly they're going to have like an item shop and things of that nature. There's going to be some payable items, but the level of, it sounds like most of the stuff is earnable is, I mean, that is such a cheat code. It's just a huge W. It's a huge
It
W
really
for
is.
us.
Oh, brother. Yes.
Be,
Yes. You literally took the words right out of my mouth. I actually recorded. I have my next video that I'm still editing, and I literally said exactly what you said. Like this is such a huge W for Gears. Like people don't understand in the climate that we are in for gaming today. Battle passes have become just the automatic for our multiplayer experiences. And ladies and gentlemen, half of this stuff does not need to be in our game. Like I'm dead serious. Like, in the fact that the coalition drew the line in the sand and said, "Hey guys, we're not going that route. We're going old school traditional." Right? Still live service in a way. Still live service because they have to deliver content. They have to keep the lights on. Like they have to make this work.
right.
But however, their approach to this is very full circle for who they are. It's very much how Gears is. If you know, you know. If you've been part of Gears and you know the experience, especially on the business side of thing, I pay attention to monetary and how things are being monetized and how fun varies as the life cycle of a game continues. In Gears of War, taking this approach with E-Day right out the gate. Oh my God, you have a fan of me. You already stole my heart away, because ladies and gentlemen, at the front, at the core of this experience for you and I'm looking at you. At the core of this experience for you and I, there's going to be fun. The core, they're already speaking. They're making a statement by not having a battle pass. Now, mind you, they're going to monetize other things, right? We're going to get monetized on other things, but the core of the experience, they care about you and I. They care. Like, somebody there cares. Yep. So I'm ready to roll the dice with these guys and see what they have to offer. I'm very excited.
I'm with you, man. I want to bring some of you guys in. We got Extra Father in the chat. What's up, Extra Father?
Oh, Extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got
Hey.
Skylar. What's
and
up,
happy
Skylar?
Birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Skylar, what's up, Skylar? We got OG Midway. What's up, Midway? Transformers, what's up, homie? Question, what's your new favorite weapon? That's a good question, dude. I would say
what did you like, Zero? Yeah.
I love the incinerator. I love the incinerator.
Is that the joint where it just like melted people type of thing?
It just melts people, dude. Like it
just
is
melts you.
Yeah, I love. Now look, there's weapons, dude, that it's gonna be interesting, because I'm gonna sound like I don't know if I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but like people are like, dude, you played the game for like 9 hours, and to me, it's not like 9 hours was like that, dude. I mean, it felt like it was so fast that there were things I was able to explore, but there was still so much I want to do. And that's why I'm really excited about the beta, right? Because some of the weapons, like, I didn't get to use as much as I wanted to. But I will say, dude, the incinerator is probably like my new favorite weapon, for sure. But there's a number of weapons here that I think, everybody's going to find. And I will say this, the incinerator right now, like just my initial reaction, that's my favorite right now. But I feel that as time goes and I get used to utilizing some of the other weapens, I'm sure it might change, But yeah, the incinerator is without a shadow of a doubt my favorite weapon right now. Let's see here. Are there more? Okay, we got Swarm Killer. What is up, Swarm Killer? Are there more weapons? So that's a good question, dude. Actually,
no, there definitely are. Like, I mean, wait. What is he asking? Outside of what we've seen?
Well, outside of what we've seen, yeah. And I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think that they've shown us kind of initially, like, for the most part, like, the weapons that are coming. They've shown us the new weapons.
I agree with that.
So I'm not sure if we got like a lot more new stuff coming. I mean, look, dude, here's what we know, Abel. We know that we have 5 seasons coming. So that's what's confirmed.
Yes, sir.
We have 5 seasons of like seasonal content. So could they add new weapons? We're going to get new maps. Are they going to add, you know what I mean? And maybe new modes. I mean, dude, we've got new modes coming. So like, I don't know. Like, let me ask you this. Do you think that they're going to have some new weapons that they add into the rotation with the seasonal content?
I could see that. I could see that being done. That's very unorthodox for their approach, being the coalition. Being overall, if we look at the franchise as a whole, that's very unorthodox for them to put in weapon takeout. So that would be new. So, but in addition to what we have seen, I could see new weapons coming in, but pulling away, I don't see that happening. And also, guys, keep in mind, anytime they do a showcasing like this, they try to show the whole gambit of what there is to offer in a short amount of time here. So always pay attention to these trailers. We have seen all the weapons that, for the most part, I'd probably be sure about this. What we're going to see playable at the beta, we've probably seen 90% of it. Like, it's probably at 90%. We've seen everything. So they do not waste their time when they do this marketing material. They want to show off everything, all the assets, all the movements. everything they have to offer. So they did that here, and I'm very excited to check out the Nasher, seeing how it hits. I seen the snub pistol. I seen the semi-automatic. I forget something. It was something shot. Something shot. I forget what
The
it's
breach shot.
I don't
The
know.
breach shot.
Yeah, breach
Yeah.
shot. Breach shot. That looked good to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to hop into some of that. And listen, I want to see how this what do they call it? The Legacy Lancer? What something they call it? They have a special name for it now, because it's part of the lore, because it's before the like they call it something.
My mind right now.
Something.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But that Lancer, that looks cool as well. So and I know that they probably have 2 variations of the Lancer, right? There's probably 2. I know you can modify.
Yeah, you can't. We can't. You can modify. It's we got an interesting question though here, and a couple BFLs in here. Bon, what's up, brother? We got T Stokes. He asked an interesting question, and this is actually I don't actually know the answer to this. He says, "Are there no customizable executions?" So we know that there's no meat shield. There's a few things, guys. You can't like tag people with a grenade. There's a couple of things that we do know right now, at least, that they don't have, that very well they may, like I said, with the seasonal content, maybe they add those things later on. In terms of customizable executions, I know that we have customizable weapons. So like you can add a bayonet on the end of your fucking Nasher. Like, you can add certain things, which is really cool, but I don't know about the executions. At least from my time playing the game, maybe I totally missed something. I don't believe that I wasn't able to customize like executions and stuff. But once again, guys, I had a limited amount of time that I was able to play it each day.
Right.
And the same thing goes, a lot of people ask me the question about, hey, were you able to play against all of the different Locust variants? And so what's interesting here, Abel, is in the multiplayer reveal or deep dive that the Coalition did, I did not play against all of the different Locust variants, and I'm wondering in the beta if we're going to have that opportunity in like Horde Siege. So for example, I believe it's the Tempest, or there's like the Locust with wings. I did not play against those things. Like, so
the ones that were spitting out the green balls.
Correct. Now we did play. I did go up against like the Bile Frog, like those. I fought against a bunch of those.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The Bile Frog is an interesting one. There's like these floating. We call them ball sacks because that's what they call them in the game. But they're like these like floating ball sacks. We did play those things, or we fought against those things. But yeah, some of the Locust variants, we did not play against all of them, and so I'll be interested to see if they do that here in the beta. Because I think that they're holding some stuff back, Abel. I don't think that we're
for sure.
I mean, think about
they're definitely leaving things to the imagination leading up to the beta, because again, guys, you have to garner hype in this window of time here. So just to get the community riled up and everybody talking about gears, you're going to leave some things to the imagination. So as we roll up to the beta, we're going to get a full rollout of what they have to offer for the most part. And guys, it would behoove me to think, right? It would behoove me to think that they wouldn't add custom animations for execution. That would almost be business-wise backwards. You would need to add something like that. You would need people to have different executions and animations that they could purchase or somehow earn within the game too as well. That's definitely in there. They didn't showcase it a lot, but I know that has to be baked into the game, because their conversion rate just off the sale of the game alone isn't doing it enough. At best, if they did everything through the transaction of just buying the base game, they'll be at break even or a little more over, right? So we're trying to have the longevity of this game be profitable for the Coalition. So with that being said, I say all that to say that they will have something that you could transact on as far as getting custom execution. I'll be shocked if it's not in. I'll be shocked.
Yeah, for sure. I want to come back to that because I have a question for you in relation to that. Tej, what's up, brother? Extra Father comes in with $2. Thank you, Extra Father. Appreciate you, homie. Gears of War is back. Let's go. Hey, dude, it is. Gears of War, as we know it, is back as a franchise. There was a lot of
Zero. That's the ongoing theme, baby. That's the ongoing theme.
It is,
and that's one thing that I love that you guys said. Like, your excitement had me hyped.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to a close friend of mine in Discord just the other day. It seems like the temperature of the community, it's like you guys are all with it. Now, mind you, all my guys that I'm watching and we're all with right now, you guys got to play. But I'm talking like I feel like genuinely from the heart that you guys really mean it. You understand? So I'm like seeing that from the community, and that makes me happy. I feel like a proud dad. Like it's amazing. It's amazing to see.
Right. Yeah, no, we're all incredibly excited. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Sure.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they will add, and by the way, OG Midway comes in with, he talks about Prototype Lancer MK1. That was the name that,
yes,
of that
prototype.
Lancer.
Thank
yeah,
you.
the prototype.
Thank you, sir.
The prototype. Yeah, I was drawing a blank. I was going to ask you this. I was going to ask you this, Abel. Like, do you think that? Okay, so there's no chainsaw battles right now. We don't. You're not going to grenade tag. You're not going to have meat shield. Do you think that those things will get added in the seasonal content? We talk about how they're gonna have this. They have this roadmap. There's a plan. They've got this. I'm sure that if you have 5 seasons of 5 seasons confirmed, you have a roadmap and a plan for what's coming.
Yeah.
Do you think that those things could come later, or do you think it was maybe something to do with the pacing, where like maybe the chainsaw battles take too long, or you know what I mean? Like, what do you think?
So that's a phenomenal. Number one, that's a phenomenal question. I love that you came out with that because you have to see what the groundwork and foundation is. So guys, when they're developing this, they said that this Gears of War experience was built from the ground up. So what's the ground up? You have to white box everything. So white boxing meaning, guys, the game has to be feature set feature set far as gameplay at the white box level. So meaning in short that you have to have all this in the game before you release it. So adding core mechanics like chainsaw battles, tagging, meat shields, that should have been in there day one. You don't add that later down the road because you change the dynamic of the gameplay. You don't add that later. Now, could it happen and be like, Abel, they added it later? I could be surprised. But going off a game theory and game design premise, you don't add new movements and things down the road. You always keep the core so that people get used to it and aren't thrown off down the road like, wait, this changed, that changed. Like, so it would be odd. It would be very odd if they start adding tagging, the meat shield and everything so late in the life cycle of the game. And I say late because if you're cutting the ribbon on the game and you don't have that in the set gameplay, it's already off. So yeah. I think, like you said, going back to what you knocked at is the pacing. This Gears of War is quick in a way, but also slower in a way. It's quick and slow because I was watching Red Icy play and I'm studying, I'm looking, and I'm like looking at the flow of how he's moving and everything. It's quick and it's quick. You could go crazy because I seen guys go crazy and it looked like old Gears. I was like, oh shoot, oh my god, this looks scary. But then I seen some instances where it's like, oh, it's kind of slower in this way. So I don't know. It's like a hybrid. It's like a hybrid of things. What did you feel, Zero? Did you feel like the tempo of the game is different? Like do you feel like, how's the pacing for you? Just
the pacing. Yeah, for me, the pacing is, I mean, it is so smooth, dude. It is so smooth. I mean,
is it crackhead? Like what is it?
No, it's not. I mean, I would say,
are
like,
we going Fortnite level like crazy? Like, are we going like are we doing crazy?
No,
stuff like
no.
Like,
I mean, I look. I will say that there is going to be a level of wall bouncing, and I do believe that there are going to be people who get really good at it. But it's toned down. So it's toned down, but like the sliding mechanic, along with like, I mean, when you hit cover, dude, it feels it like there's a real punch to it. Same thing with like the Gnasher. The Gnasher, there's a punch. There's a real punch to it.
I was gonna ask you about
but
that.
But on the flip side though, like the Lancer, I feel like it needs to. It just feels like it's not powerful enough or something. At least in certain at least to me, like
scenarios.
Certain scenarios, it didn't feel like it had enough punch to it.
You felt like you're shooting, but like you didn't feel it. Like it was kind of felt light. Like
yeah.
It was like,
well, and to get back to like the movement of how it all feels. Okay, look, this is Unreal Engine 5. Who designed Unreal Engine 5? Epic Games,
Epic.
right?
Yeah.
Epic created the first few Gears of War games along with Judgment, and they did
Yep.
Fortnite. So here we are. This
Period.
is,
Yep.
in my mind, this is the Fortnite, the mature Fortnite title of our time.
Yep.
Like it is going to be, this is,
Okay.
it's, I think that the way that it feels at first, it takes a little bit to get used to, dude. It just does. It takes a little bit
Okay.
to kind of get used to the movement. There, no roadie run, no, not like, wall bouncing is toned down significantly. Some people don't like it at all. They don't like that.
Really?
There's a number of people, and I would say older Gears heads, like myself and like you, that feel that that it just doesn't feel enough like Gears of War. And I'm not saying that there's a lot of people like that. I'm saying that it's people
Okay,
who are loved the original trilogy, who also like some of the movement in, you know, the more recent Gears of War titles. It just feels too different to them. Like some people just really like the schmovement. They like the crazy wall bouncing and stuff because it creates this skill gap. And I'm going to say this to everybody. Gears of War E-Day is going to be competitive. It is not going to be a game that's just going to be like, you're able to just like kind of, you're still going, there's going to be a skill gap. There just is. Like, period.
Yes,
I think that, I mean, day one, we're getting ranked. So there's you know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, there's going to be great players. It's going to take a little bit some time, but they're setting it up where maybe not quite able like Call of Duty, where like you can kind of, you know, just a normal, like, a normal gamer out there who likes playing shooters, let's say a first-person shooter, most of the time you can jump into Call of Duty and you can get kills pretty consistent, right? You can get kills, right? Gears of War's always been a little bit different, where you can get kills, but sometimes it feels like when you're just starting, it's like you almost get lucky, right? And there is this skill gap, okay?
Skill gap, has always been present. Always.
It has been, yes. E-Day, there is a skill gap. Now, I think that they're creating a lot more options, though, for the new players. Like, this was a game that was made for Xbox, but PlayStation was in mind. Like, you can just tell because you have the boot camp, you have like onboarding, you have this
I love that. I love that they did that.
Training grounds. So like
smart.
So even for like, obviously it's not coming to PlayStation, but we're getting there's an anticipation that we're going to get a bunch of new players coming in. So I think that they've set it up where there's a number of ways for people to get comfortable, but before going into versus, like if they've never touched a Gears of War title before, you've got those. I mean, you can play against bots, so that's going to be.
You have the social list. You could go back social.
And guys, listen. Here's the other thing, dude. The pros, the best players on planet Earth with Gears of War, I promise you, are going to play against bots. Like they're going to go in there and they might turn it up to like the most intense, like just to practice before they get into actual multiplayer matches. I mean, people think that like when you look at the esports scene for Call of Duty and some of these other games, the pro players will go into like a training grounds before they even jump into the games, like before they start scrimming and stuff, just to like sharpen their tools, so to speak, is what I call it. But like, I think that this is going to be a great opportunity for people who may not be great at Gears of War, or they feel like they're intimidated to jump in. There's tools there for them to be able to kind of feel like get comfortable playing the game at a, you know, whatever level. I mean, you're going to
decent level.
At a decent level, you're going to have to. I mean, dude, it's like anything in life, Abel. You're gonna, whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. You put
My man, there you go. There you go.
I mean,
yes,
it's just, this is just what it is, dude. Like
in Zero, you nailed it. I love the flow you're going off of. I'm gonna add to you too. It's funny, we talked about the battle pass, that being up there. I was actually excited about the tutorial and bot. I was actually very excited. Now, guys, you might be like, Abel, the tutorial and bots, what does this mean? It's going back to what Zero just knocked on, guys. It means closing the gap for newer players to come in and actually feel like they could inherently get better. They could actually learn. They could actually be like, wait, I could practice here. I could get better at this game. those tools and things were not in previous Gears. Okay, so just closing the gap on what we know as a learning curve. Now, if you're if you're cut from the Gears of War cloth, man, you know it. Like, bro, you get thrown into into an execution or Warzone game mode. Listen, man, it is what it is. You learn the hard way. That's how we learn. But the thing is, for these new folks out here, we're bridging the gap for them learning the experience and actually finding a rhythm for themselves to actually say, hey, I'm competent and I could come in the game and actually do something. And that's huge, because in Call of Duty, you could blindfold somebody and slap them on the butt and they can make something shake. But the Gears of War, no, you know, all day you won't kill nobody. They'll just keep crapping on you, and you'll be like, damn, I'm not good at this game. The learning curve for Gears is steep. It always has been. But now I feel like they have bridged the gap in somebody wanting to learn. And if they put that work in, like Z said here, you put that work in, you can actually find yourself getting better and actually being competent in the game and actually fragging out and being an asset to a team. Period. And I think that's phenomenal. You nailed that right on the head. I love it. And also, I want to say this last thing. I did not know this, and actually, I might need to bring this up in the video. You just made me think about it. So a good friend of mine told me, Abel, he gave me the Steam chart numbers in comparison to what consoles are doing sales-wise. Do you know that there's more gamers playing PC games over both consoles combined?
I believe it. I believe it.
Like before, but the majority of the world does not know this. I didn't know this. I thought consoles still ran the game. I didn't know this. So now he's we run the game, I would say, Abel, in the States, but what we forget about is overseas. Like think about Korea, Japan. What are those guys playing? You got the fakers of the world who are all on PC. They are all on PC. Like it is like, but yeah. Z, you're so right. But check this out though. Let's check this out though. The influence of PC through the streamers and through the people. Bro, everybody, consoles almost laughable now with these streamers and stuff. They're like, oh, I'm on PC. I'm on Tim the Tatman, Kaisenat, I chose Speed in his set. All of them PC. These kids want PCs. Yeah. They all want PC. And honestly, guys, if you're thinking about hopping into Gears of War, and you're kind of like weighing out the console versus, I would go PC. I would personally go PC because it's going to serve more of a utility for you. You get more use out of it dynamically. And then also you don't have to pay for your online, guys. And then they have numerous sales on games that you love. So I personally would tell you, you're my friend. I'm your friend. I'm going to tell you like a friend. I would go PC. If you're looking at this and you're kind of like, hey, do I do this? But if you have a console and you're good right now, get it on console. It's lit. Just get it on console, get it out the way. But if you're looking and curious, check out PC over console.
Well, and I will say, I was mentioning earlier, Abel, that this game, E-Day, feels like the mature Fortnite title. I will tell you, I really believe, dude, that Gears of War E-Day, the way that it plays, it feels like similar to Fortnite in ways. I think that this is going to be the biggest Gears of War on PC ever. On PC ever.
Zero, dare I ask you, is that hard to do?
Well, I didn't play it. I didn't play it on PC, but what I'm going to. I'm going to try
you didn't
it.
Play Ultimate
I played
Trash?
I played on a console. I played it on the Xbox Series X. And because honestly, bro, I'm not really great at playing it, playing games on PC. It depends on what it is. StarCraft.
Oh, bro, keep a controller on you.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Right.
I go through. I float between mouse and keyboard and a controller, bro.
Right. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is I think that this is going to. I think that the PC players who touch E-Day are going to be like, wow, like just a breath of fresh air, because there's nothing else that's coming on the market that is anywhere even close to what this thing is. Like, just think about it,
that's
dude.
Big facts.
Think about we got Versus is Versus, but like when we talk about Horde Siege, I believe, dude, that this is going to be the biggest PvE on the market for a period of time. Like think about PvE and think about what other games are out there that are have a PvE mode. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, dude, I think that people who don't really want to jump into the gauntlet of Versus or like ranked or something, they're going to play with their boys on Horde Siege. And they're gonna be like, this is gonna be like your, similar to maybe like a Warhammer or like a Space Marine or whatever, where you're just
Yes,
going up.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? But in a Gears of War
I'm with you,
way,
Zero. Yes,
there's
I see
nothing.
you. I
There
see
is
you.
nothing on the planet that is gonna be like this. So, anyways,
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. You're right. Lining up for this holiday season in this pocket of gaming, nothing like it. Nothing like we haven't seen anything for a PvE type of flow since Arc Raiders, and that has PvP in it as well. So no, you're definitely right. In shout out to Extra, he was very much educating on the importance of a horde mode. Like I'm listening to him and just in the passion that he was talking about this, like he would get braggadocious on the multiplayer side. However, he would always bring it back full circle to like how important horde mode is. And the more I learned and the more I'm like thinking about it and really opening up my mind, because I listen to you guys. If you guys put me on a new perspective, I'm always open. I'm always open to learn something new and taking new information. And you guys really said, listen, this horde mode is something special. And there's a lot more people. Don't be surprised, guys, if horde mode outdoes the verses. Don't be surprised, because there's a lot of people out there that like that PvE flow and just like playing with their boys in community. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's super dope.
Well, to your point, shout out to Extra Father. Extra, he was saying that what would have helped the, Gears of War Reloaded significantly, brother, was having a horde mode.
Yes. I agree.
I agree. I mean, I agree as well. Yeah.
But let's be real. They weren't trying to keep you there forever. You kidding me? Imagine they made Gears of War Reloaded the way we actually know it could be. Imagine they did that. E-Day would kind of be like an option. Like it would be like, wait, I'm enjoying myself on Reloaded. Like E-Day, all right, it's a little updated, but I'm having fun. You always have to think about this, guys. They make these games flawed so you can move on to the next one. Like always remember that, bro. They'll always pop a tire on you on the way out, just to be like, hey, you need to get that tire change. You have a brand new vehicle over here, all 4 tires working. Like you could come over here and check us out. So never like people scratch their head. They're like, how did they screw up the shotgun? How is all this backwards now? They do it on purpose. How do you have the shotgun perfect in the beta? How do you have the shotgun perfect in the beta? Then when you get in the first week of the launch of the game and reload it, you tweak it and never go back to it. You change it. Everybody's like, wait, what? This is terrible. And you never go back to it. You do that on purpose. You do it on purpose. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to say that to you, but you do it on purpose so you can move on to the next thing.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that if they would have added horde mode, even though like back in 2006 we didn't have horde mode, if they would have added it, my question to you in relation to that would be, do you feel that if they had all the stuff that we wanted in Reloaded, it could have been used as a marketing tool to market E-Day? You see what I'm saying? Like imagine if Reloaded, right. if they knocked everything out of the park for us. Well, I mean, if people are enjoying Reloaded and we're all on it, they could market E-Day like this is the next thing. Because I mean, clearly they didn't want to do Reloaded. They wanted to do E-Day, and that's what you can just see the passion. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yeah. It's a very, very interesting, situation. We got a question from Skylar. Skylar, what's up? Deeper question for like campaign. Do we think we're going to get a new big baddie? I think so. I mean, look, guys.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't see why they would. Why would they not be? I mean, I think that they're holding things back, dude. They're not showing us everything.
Oh yeah, wholeheartedly. Yeah, they're definitely holding things back. There has to be a new big baddie, and it's very welcoming. The return to form that we're seeing in Gears of War now, you'll be stupid not to capitalize on this window of time and showcase something new and different in particular Locust fashion that we never seen before. Like something that's just like, whoa, what the F is that? Yeah. I definitely think we'll get a new baddie all the way, and that's a great question actually. And that's something I know a lot of people look forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the campaign. I mean, that's going to be when we have launch day. That will be the first thing I play is the campaign. You know, I'll be playing the campaign. I want to get immersed into the story. I want to that's usually what I do with typically any video game that I start with. If it has a campaign, I play the campaign first because a lot of times, and I always recommend to everyone to play the campaign first, especially if you don't play the beta, if you haven't played, Gears of War E-Day yet. My suggestion would be when the game launches to play the campaign first, because number one, you're going to really get immersed into the story. But number two is you can learn all of the mechanics and stuff by just playing the campaign. And then you feel you might have this certain level of confidence moving into Horde Siege, or whatever other PvE modes, and then of course versus. So I think the campaign is going to be, I think it's going to be great. I think that we're going to have a real true return to form for the franchise. I'm
excited for that. Yeah.
The dark,
and I'm
going to
take your approach too. I'm definitely going to take your approach too. Actually, go campaign first and then go multiplayer. Hopefully the campaign's banging though. But I'm gonna thug it out in the beta here, get my multiplayer on. But when that game officially drops, I'm gonna slide towards 100%. That campaign.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Transformer says all the new weapons so far. You have the Ripper. I like the Ripper. That's the new submachine gun. The Striga.
Okay.
The Striga burst pistol and the gut puncher. I got to tell you, the pistols, dude. They need to. Those weapons, I guess the pistols that I've used up to this point, and I don't know if we've used all of them. I'm trying to I'm not sure, but they need to, they're just not very powerful.
They're not.
Oh no,
saying.
they are not. No, there's definitely.
They look powerful. They look.
I feel like the incinerator, the shotgun that I really like that absolutely annihilates people, maybe that needs to get nerfed a little bit, but I think the pistols and the Lancer needs to get buffed a little bit. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but yeah, the pistols, at least at this point, definitely. And the gut puncher, which is the grenade launcher, oh my god, the gut puncher is awesome. I love the gut puncher. I think that a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with that. And then my personal favorite is the incinerator right now. And like I said, guys, it'll probably change as time goes. And I do think that there will be, I guess I do feel like there's going to be new weapons maybe that get added later on. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. Midway says, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Therons and other locusts in Horde Siege as a part of future season updates. Character skins will work like Gears 5. Yeah, I agree, dude. I think that Horde...
why not?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah,
100%.
I agree. I agree.
And I think, Extra Father, what's awesome is we're definitely on the same page with this. He says, I rate this game a 9 out of 10, and we haven't even seen the campaign.
Extra. Whoa.
I gotta tell you that
Don't get me hyped. Don't do that to me.
Oh man, boy. I will say what we've played so far. My one issue, I guess couple of quick things that are interesting. I want to pick your brain about this, Abel. The first one is I'm not a big fan of team deathmatch in versus. I have personally not been a really big fan of team deathmatch with Gears of War from a wide, I guess if we're looking at it from an overarching perspective.
Yeah.
Team deathmatch, I just felt like in Gears 5, it was actually ruined by other people. I feel team deathmatch is just, for some reason in certain games, team deathmatch is a great mode. Gears of War, not so much. And now I'm willing to give it a chance because
it's funny. I'm opposite, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like there's this level of, they want to improve team deathmatch, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's one of the modes that we, the creators, got to play early, and it's something that people are going to be able to play from a wide scale, during the betas. So that was one thing that I'm not a big fan of team deathmatch. And then the other thing that's interesting, so I want to pick your brain on that, but the other thing that is interesting that there's a lot of debate about in the community right now are poisons in obviously in Horde Siege as well as energy. And the question with energy, and I want to pick all of your guys' brains about this in the chat as well. Energy, the debate about it, when you kill an enemy, you work hard to kill an enemy, the energy drops, or should the energy go directly to the player, or should it be split, let's just say 50-50 between player and like the players that were killing it? I mean, what do you think about, first and foremost, what do you think about TDM?
TDM, first of all, I feel how Gears of War executed is the best form of it that I like to play. Traditional TDM, if you guys know the rule set, it's just you play till you hit a certain score or whatever. Gears of War was one of the first games, one of the first to do this. Mind you, what I'm about to say here, one of the first to actually do it in verse. They actually had a pool of lives and then a countdown into reverse. Now that's the type of team deathmatch that I love, because you have a pool of lives that everybody's responsible for. So it now makes the game mode tactical instead of just run around, get a kill, run around. So now if somebody's bleeding lives, you have to be more tactical and you have to have more forethought of like, yo, bro, you can't keep dying out there because you're going to have us lose the round. It's not just the typical TDM. And Gears of War always had that special caveat about their modes that made them more tactical game modes. And I always like that TDM in Gears of War. Now, traditional TDM, like a Call of Duty type of TDM, I could care less. I could spit on that. I don't care. But when you have the pool of lives and each live matters and it counts down to zero, that's the way TDM should be done. Always. That's what keeps the healthy tension pull and the struggle of like, okay, I can't suck. Like if I'm not gonna give you kills, I'm not gonna get killed.
Right.
Like everybody's responsible. Like that to me, that's brings brotherhood together, teamwork together, trusting in your team together, because you don't want to give up these lives for your team, and it makes the game mode that much more intricate and interesting. If you do typical TDM, corny. That no. The way Gears of War does it, phenomenal. Love it. Chef kiss. I think that's been that way since I think it was did Gears 2 or it might have been Gears 3. One of those two introduced that way of TDM, and I loved it ever since. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm with that. That's totally amazing. And then of course I love my one lifers, execution Warzone type shit. You're right. Oh, I cursed on here. I'm so sorry.
Oh
but,
no,
but
dude,
but
you're good.
yeah, no, that's what I love.
No, that's awesome, man.
Going back to what you said something about the poison. I would like to just have it where if you put in mad work and you assisted in a kill or whatever, just give it automatically. Don't have the coin spill like it's Fortnite or whatever, or it's like Sonic dropping rings. Let's not do that corny stuff. Just have it so it's like it calculates who did what damage and then it automatically goes to them. Just just keep it simple. Keep it
Yeah.
clean. I'm
Yeah.
all about clean and just keeping things moving. If you have energy drops, it gets kind of, oh, let me rush to the energy. All right,
Right.
then let's play what's the game mode when you drop the tags? Whatever. Let's play
Yeah.
that.
Kill confirmed
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. Then let's play kill confirmed. Don't do that with the energy. If whoever kills whoever, it goes to them unseen. It goes to your partner or whatever unseen. That's it. Just done.
Yeah, because I feel like my whole thing is, if I work really hard to get a kill, like let's say, like for example, you're going up against, and by the way, these boomers they are big boys. And so when you are just gunning down and you're working hard to get this kill on this massive ass boomer, and you kill him, it's like, okay, now I gotta run over there and get the energy. And so to me, I feel like, yeah, it should be, it's something that maybe it's something that they can change. I'm not sure. Like I'm not a game developer.
Okay, Zero. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. In the principle of Horde Siege,
Yeah.
that's correct. In
Yeah.
the principle of verses, that's incorrect.
Right.
So when you go Horde Siege in game design principle, having the items drop on the ground or whatever the case is, that's fine. That's fine. You could do that because it creates that challenge of you earned it, right? So it's like you got this, but now go get it. Go
Yeah.
get it if you dare. Go get it if you dare.
Right.
See,
Yeah.
make it look both ways before you go get it. Like
Yeah.
that creates that tension. That works there. But if you did that in versus multiplayer, that would be something weird. But yeah, no, you wouldn't be dropping energy or anything in versus. But yeah, going back to the Horde Siege, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. I thought we were talking about multiplayer.
Well, I
dropping
mean,
something,
even like, well, so like with multiplayer, if they, I'm not sure if they're gonna have necessary, like, because we don't really have. I'm trying to think if they're gonna have some kind of. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder what other modes, because right now we have the Crucible as a game mode. We've got Demolition, Conquest, and then of course Team Deathmatch.
Demolition.
Dude,
Game
Demolition.
changer there.
Some
Game
people
changer.
some people don't like the whole search and destroy thing, but that got me into when I was playing
Oh,
Call
bro.
of Duty.
Oh,
I
bro.
love search and destroy, dude. And so
You
having
kidding
it
me?
having it with Gears of War, I'm like, I've been kind of wanting to see something like this in Gears of War.
For years,
Right.
brother. For years, I've been saying that forever. I said, how do we not have a demo game mode in Gears of War? Like, bro, we breed the most hardcore of the hardcore. Like, we've been one life game mode type for so long. Like, bro, how do we not have a demo game mode? Finally, we get it, and I'm super excited because that tension, that's what we grew up off of, man. Search and destroy, one like game, bro. SOCOM, Ghost Recons, and all that, bro. That means everything to us. Rainbow Six, like, come on, bro. Like,
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Everything.
Now people ask, like, I have not played the only game modes that we got to play. We got to play Horde Siege. We got to play. In terms of versus, we were able to play Team Deathmatch and Conquest. And Conquest is I think a lot of people are going to enjoy Conquest. It's kind of like like Hardpoint in Call of Duty a little bit. And it's also kind of like the Coalition compared it a little bit to King of the Hill. But I don't know, man. I'm excited about.
What was your favorite game modes? What were your favorite game modes that you've seen? Like, what did it for you? Where it's like in versus, what did it for you?
Oh,
Like,
Conquest for sure. I mean, because the only two I was able to
What's the
play.
rules of Conquest? Now explain that to me and the viewers that don't know. Like, what's the rule set of Conquest? How is that?
So you essentially have an area that you have to control. So and it rotates. So like essentially, just think of it. You have an area of the map. So it's like a squared out area. You and your teammates are trying to control it, whereas the other team is trying to control it as well. Now, here's what happens. The longer, like, let's say you and I are on a team. If we're on the hill, we call it the zone, but if we're on the zone, there's a bar that starts to fill up. And as it
you
fills
need
up,
all four people in there. You need
no, you don't. But if you have
okay.
the more people in there, the faster it goes up.
It goes.
So,
Got it.
Once you claim that zone, the zone switches to another area of the map, and you get to see like where the next area is. So it's about rotation, and
it's almost like Gears 5, how they had them, like they had something
kind of like escalation a little bit.
Yeah.
Or kind of like King of the Hill. But yeah, so you are trying to control this area, and there's like some dynamics to it that make it really, really fascinating. I will say that in terms of my favorite mode that the Coalition has ever done, it was absolutely escalation. I love escalation. I'm hoping that that returns. I know a lot of people love execution. I love execution as well.
I love execution.
Yeah. So I know they're going to bring back. They're going to bring back some game modes from the past, but what I really love, Abel, is that they are introducing new modes like Demolition. Conquest, and even Crucible. Crucible is a really interesting mode as well. I did not get to play Crucible. I did not get to play Demolition, but both of them are fascinating to me. And I don't know.
I'll say this just to cut you off real quick. I'm sorry, but I want to say this: how the Coalition has done game modes in the past. Bravo. I'll say this: Gears of War 5 wasn't my favorite Gears, right? By no means. But the game modes and the forethought that went into the modes, they were ahead of their time. I was really like, yo, these game modes are really fun. Like, in tactical too. Like, they're really competitive, tactical fun. Like, it's like, bro, I like almost every game mode within Gears 5 I really thought was dope. I was like, oh yeah, no, all these are fun. They all have that Gears of War twist to it to create that tension. And it's like, it was really, really cool. So if if they take anything of what they learned off of 5, like scrap everything else, but if they take anything from 5, bring that game mode premise back.
Yeah.
Bring that game mode premise, and I think they're going to strike gold there. I really like the game modes. I really like how they put these twists on them. Very, very classy, very cool, very tactical.
I think it's what's so cool to me as well about it is not only are we getting new modes, but all new maps at launch. All new maps. You're not doing no rinse and repeat bullshit.
Is it 6? It's 6, right?
I believe it is 6. Yeah, I
think it is 6.
Yeah, at launch. Yes, yeah, at launch. Cool. I believe for the beta though, it'll be 2 maps. So 2 maps for versus, 1 map for Horde Siege. So for the beta. And then when launch comes, but you know what, dude? I'm okay. I am okay with them having limited amounts of modes and limited amounts of maps at launch, because I feel like we want to keep the community together and not split everyone up into. Because I mean, I think one of the things with Gears 5, was there was so many just different game modes and stuff, and it's like it split up the community over time.
I totally agree. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. They did too much on that front. I totally agree. You need a cohesive package in the sense that you move your tribe together. They're all on the same accord. Literally, Gears of War 5, guys, for each finger I have, there was a game mode.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. You need to bring it down to this.
Yeah.
You need to bring it down to this. So everybody has the same experience, and they're all saying the same thing. You can't measure this. Too much variation. You gotta go back to 3. You gotta go back to your solid 4, maybe. In versus speaking, guys, and just work from there, and then and rotate for each event. Every other quarter, you'll do something different, whatever the case is. But that's how you do it. Don't do this. This is confusing. You're dividing a community. You're doing too much. You're totally
for sure. And I mean, I think if you have to have a pulse on your community, that's part of being a game developer. Like if people in the community really don't like this game mode, well, maybe we just pull this from the rotation and, it's around Christmas time. Let's add Gears Miss. And then you have or whatever, you have like different events and stuff within the modes that you have, so that you're not splitting up the community, but you've got to have a really good pulse on the community. And I got to say, I love this version of the coalition is unbelievable, dude. I mean, it's these guys, they really know, they've learned over the years from Gears of War Ultimate Edition to Gears 5, everything in between. They've like learned what they did right, wrong, what they need to do different moving forward. And this edition of Gears of War and the coalition specifically, I am really fucking excited about, dude. Like, I think this could be something really special. I think it already is special. It feels different than the past. And so I do have there is something that came in from Tej. What's up, brother? He goes, I think the huge skill gap is going to be there and not be as user friendly for new players as thought. We will see with time, but Gears is Gears. I fear it will still stay niche. You know what, dude? I got to disagree. I think that it feels different. I mean, look, as we go, there is no such thing as a perfect game. So there's going to be things that we love about Gears of War E-Day. There's going to be things that we don't love about Gears of War E-Day. And it's going to be up to the coalition to like kind of take that feedback, the constructive criticism, the high praise that we have for certain things, and modify and, execute in different ways. I will say that I feel that this game, because it feels different in a number of ways, even though it's a Gears of War title, but it just plays like new, like the coalition has stated, I think that there's going to be people who may have been really good at previous Gears of War titles who aren't really as good at this game. And that's why maybe some of the older Gears heads don't like some of the new movement mechanics and things of that nature, because they might have been really good on some of the older mechanics, like the wall bouncing, the roadie run, and all of that. And now we're going to have new cogs that come into the fray that are going to make a real splash in multiplayer, even in like Horde and stuff. Like, I think that this is going to open up a lot of potential for the Gears of War community. I don't know. I might be wrong. I may be wrong, but I think that the skill gap, yes, it's going to be competitive. There's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think it might be like there's an opportunity for someone, let's just say you and me, Abel, never played a Gears of War before. I think that there's an opportunity for us to be really good at E-Day. Because like I think about I think about a game like Fortnite, there were people that when Fortnite first came out that were good at Fortnite, but over time, like there were new people that were coming in that were just like taking over the scene. And so I think
totally
that
changed.
and now and you look at those people from back then and now it's totally new. It's totally different. Like you have new guys who are amazing at Fortnite now. So I think that we could see somewhat of a similar trajectory here with Gears of War E-Day. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but I think that we should kind of give the benefit of the doubt, at least right now, because obviously, and the beta, it will tell us a lot. I do think that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm going to say this. I love what you said. We could see a new era altogether. We could see a new era of something happen. Going back to what you knocked on the door for Fortnite. Very true. We haven't, when did Gears of War 5 released? What year? What
2019.
year was that? 2019, folks. Very different to the world we live in today. Very different in a short amount of time. In a very short amount of time. Very different from how gamers share clips and get good at these games. Listen, we haven't had let's really put this in perspective, guys. We haven't had an updated Gears experience, and I mean from the ground up within that time. Just think about that. 2026 is here. We have a whole new generation. We have a whole new wave. We got to start thinking outside of us. We're dinosaurs now, right? We're the dinosaurs now. So we have this whole new wave that's coming. And honestly, the people that might find it hard, you might get these new kids that be like, yo, this is easy. Like you might have you might have this new generation that comes in and they kind of shake things up how Steph Curry did in the NBA. Start shooting from half court and start doing things that we never seen before. We're like, wait, whoa, they really switched this up. I would have never thought that. How are they doing this? And honestly, I welcome it. I want this game to get into the hands of other people's, because Gears of War has always been such a title that I felt was slept on for so long, and it's such a premium game. Talk about graphics, and people like to suck off other games and be like, oh, graphic. Gears of War been at the top Rolls Royce for almost every time it dropped, graphics wise. Bro, we've been us Gears of War heads. We're competitive. We're spoiled on visuals, and we know what fun is. We know what fun is, but also we do have this like niche stigma on us, in the sense of like, yo, you'll never come out of that ditch. That's your niche. You'll never get out of there. And I think with this Gears of War E-Day, I think this is the best chance we have to really broaden the spectrum and get a lot of new hearts and eyes on this game. I agree. I honestly think we have a chance here in a big way. You always have to be optimistic for something new. I don't want to down this. I'm not going to down it right off the gate, but I will not be blind to like any flaws or anything that I see. I definitely will be bringing it out. But the thing is, though, I think we have a great chance for this to be a special launch, and a lot of people enjoy this title. Okay, so so anybody that's listening, all the hearts and souls listening right now, guys, give it a shot. Give it a shot, and let's come together and talk about it on my channel, on Z's channel, on X's channel. Everybody come together and just voice your concerns or opinions about it, because I think even with this not launching on PlayStation, Gears of War could still make noise.
Oh yeah,
it could still make
it's
different
going to.
climate, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers have changed. We have not seen a climate like this before, so I don't want to write it off. Did it hurt not launching on PlayStation? Sure, but let's be real. PlayStation was giving nothing to Xbox, so I kind of get why they're like, "Give me that." I kind of get why they did that. So they took back Gears of War exclusively back to the Xbox brand, which is fine. But I think since we're in a different climate, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep our eyes open and let's not be ignorant to the new world that we live in.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's speaking facts, dude. You know, Bond says, it makes a really interesting, he made a really interesting point. I need to be able to put a 12-man custom siege together. Dude, That is the type of shit I would love to see here.
That actually is insane. Actually,
it
whoa.
would be incredible.
That's crazy.
It would be incredible. I would love to see that.
That would be insane.
We don't know about like private matches yet. We don't know about some of this stuff yet. But so getting together with like a 12-man like squad, dude, of like your homies, and you're each like kind of doing your own thing like on the map, because this is a large scale. It's Horde Siege, dude. It's a large map. At least like the first map, the only map that I played. It's a large map. I said this, Abel, and I want to pick your brain about it really quick. And I know you got to get going here, dude. Yeah. I stated in one of my recent videos, I said, Horde Siege is, because of it's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And after playing it and seeing like just the way it plays, I mean, it blew me away. But I was like, I'm thinking to myself in my mind, could this be giving us a premonition? And that premonition is, could we see in the future, could this Horde Siege, this mode, be a test for the Coalition of what could be coming next, that being a Gears of War Battle Royale? And
that's a huge question.
Dude, bro, I did not, hey, dude, and I've stated, I was like, dude, I don't think that Gears of War should have a Battle Royale, but when I saw Horde Siege and the way that it just, the seamlessness of it, the way that it felt and everything else, I'm like, dude, could they be working on a Battle Royale behind the scenes or something? People have talked about Gears of War Battle Royale.
Or a type or something, brother.
Right.
We don't, and like I said, the Coalition is masterful at putting tweaks on things. They're great. People like to sleep on that. But Z, what you said is that's magical there. I said it briefly in one of my videos a while back. I said, how would a Battle Royale look in a Gears of War game? And I wasn't opposed to it. I was not opposed to it because I think Battle Royale overall is not, like, right now it's tired. Right now we've seen it run its course, but I think that there's room. I think that there's room for somebody to make it more better and interesting, to bring it back to interest. And we haven't seen that yet. And I think they can. I think the Coalition could do something with the scale of what the map context that we have now, that is Horde Siege. I think that could port over to like a mini extraction or battle royale experience, and that would create high tension and people coming in. That, if they do that, that would be actually crazy. I actually would love to see them do that. I would love to see that. I would take a chance. I would say do it.
I would say, dude, and this is maybe something that they're thinking about. I don't know. Like, maybe this is something that would be somewhere in the seasons or whatever. My question, or what I'm thinking in my brain is, could they do a battle royale here that they release later on down the road? Who knows when? But that battle royale is like similar to like how you have Call of Duty and you have Warzone, where Warzone is free, where you have to pay for, COD itself like every year. I'm wondering if the Battle Royale, they would make it free for everyone. And it would also be that opportunity, because this game was made with PlayStation in mind. I'm thinking, well, could the Battle Royale be for PlayStation, PC, Xbox? Could it be for everyone? Because I'm like, because I've been
different.
Because I'm really wondering. Because I'm like, you have the makings here, dude. Like, I mean, look, this is Unreal Engine. The Coalition is at the forefront of Unreal Engine 5, and Epic Games, I feel like they're working with Epic Games behind the scenes. I mean, look, People Can Fly. They're working with People Can Fly, who also have helped in the past with like they're kind of like reinforcements, right? For Epic Games. Yeah. And I mean, they even of
they're
course
like Raven Studios to Call of Duty. Yeah.
Correct. So I'm wondering to myself, and we've been wondering, what has People Can Fly? What are they doing with the Coalition right now? Like, what are they doing? Are they helping out with the PvE modes, the versus? Like, those are the questions that we don't really know 100%. And so I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
This, D, that's very wise of you to go there with it. I will say this: as stern as we have management now via Asha, the CEO of the Xbox brand, right? The new CEO. I don't think we get a crossover for PlayStation. I think she's very adamant on
I
keeping
think
the
she is
Gears of War
too.
brain,
Yeah.
Gears of War. So I don't think we get a crossover. However, what you're saying, a royale experience or something totally different that we never seen before for Gears, like that's totally outside of the box for them. I think we have a great chance of seeing something like that. That I think. That I definitely think. Now, does it take off or whatever? That has yet to be seen. Or does it get announced? That has yet to be seen. But I think we have a great chance for like some type of a tight niche extraction type of experience, or a tight knit battle royale type of experience at a Gears of War level. No, the world has never seen that before. They never seen nothing like that before. And that
Right.
and that could be the first of its kind. Like honestly, it's Gears of War is so fresh right now in a lot of minds, and it's such a new good look right now. I would say do it. I would say run it. How everything's coming together, like down the road, I would say run it. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, the
Let's
coalition
try
could
it.
do
Let's give it our
whatever they
best.
could do whatever they want. You know, with these 5 seasons
Yeah,
and
they
everything
could.
else, they
They
could
could.
do absolutely whatever they want. I think, yeah, dude, I'm all in for like the journey and seeing like kind of what they, the possibilities and all the stuff. I mean, it's gonna be a very, very fascinating situation. I know you got to
Yeah.
get out of here, dude. I want to
Yes, sir.
really
Yes.
quick, guys. I want to say, I want you all to go ahead, check out Abel Green, guys. I'm gonna have his link in the description down
man.
below.
Appreciate it.
Let's help this guy grow here. And I know you've been creating some Gears of War content, dude. He's got some awesome
yeah.
videos,
Yeah.
guys. More and more is going to be coming. I really, really
Yeah.
appreciate you, dude. You got anything that you want to say lastly to the Gears of War community before you get out of here, man?
Hey, listen, man. Listen. See you on Emergence Day. And also, guys, I love you. Be safe out there. Be positive. Take care of your families. And yeah, man, enjoy life and take care of yourself. And yeah, guys, if you do come over, you're always welcome to my family and have a dialogue with your boy. And Zero, I want to thank you, sir, for your time, and thank you for giving me your platform and this opportunity to talk with you, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. You be safe, and we'll be in touch, dude.
All right, my man. You guys take it easy. Be safe, guys.
Take care,
Have a great
dude.
day.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too, man. Later, guys. Let me just go ahead and get out of this, and let me go over here really quick. Okay. Dude, I love my man's Abel Green, guys. What a legend, dude. Love that guy. He has been absolutely cooking in terms of some really cool content, man. I mean, he's been creating some awesome content. What I wanna do, guys, and there's a number of you guys still coming in here, which is awesome. I really, really appreciate all of you. Fucking love you guys. Let's see here. What do we got? Midway bought the collector's edition, bro. 100%, dude. The collector's edition is awesome. Super excited about that. Let's see. I gave up hope, but man, they are missing big player base from PlayStation. A big new one. Game isn't going to be as successful as they want it to be. Just don't see it. Here's what I'll say, dude. You know, Tej, I agree with you that it's not going to be as big as it would be if it was coming to PlayStation. But I actually think this, dude. I actually think that Gears of War E-Day is going to be huge on PC. I'm not even kidding. I think it's going to be big on PC. You guys, you know what I mean? I feel, I'm starting to get this feeling that, yeah, it was certainly made as an Xbox title, but I feel like PC, they're bringing, like, I think that they've made this game in a way that, like I said, it feels like Fortnite somewhat, with like, Gears of War, like a Fortnite skin, but it being like Gears of War at the heart. I think that it's going to really play as an awesome PC game as well. It will be interesting. Let's see here. Gears E-Day was trying to do a Arc Raiders Helldivers 2 PvE. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say like Arc Raiders, Helldivers, Space Marine, definitely. And I think it's going to be in that rotation. It's going to be in the rotation of like, in terms of like a new a brand new like mode. I think that for us versus other like PvEs out there, dude, this is gonna be, it could be huge. And like Abel was saying, guys, there's a possibility that Horde is actually bigger than Versus. I have a hard time believing that, but I do think that at first it's going to be big. Like Horde is going to be big, especially like if you don't want to go into the blender that can be like Versus or like ranked. I feel like you're going to want to like, if you don't want to go into that blender, Horde is going to be for you without a shadow of a doubt, 100%. Let's see. Horde will dominate this Gears. I think it will too. I think it's going to be, it could be larger than life, you know, so to speak. But at the same time, I don't know. It just depends on, I feel like at the beginning of each season or something, Horde is going to be something that you consistently come back to. But I think that Versus is still going to be the biggest. Because think about this. When the game first comes out, the biggest thing is going to be the campaign, right? That's going to probably be the biggest thing for especially a lot of like old Gears fans. The campaign's going to be the biggest. And then Horde is going to be like the second part of that. And Versus will be the third part that people will come back to over and over and over again, especially if it's a compelling experience. They have great anti-cheat systems put into place. We know that we're getting the easy anti-cheat for Versus. So I think that more than likely, Versus is still going to be the biggest thing. Because, like, think about this, guys. If you go and you play Gears 5, yeah, Gears 5 came out back in 2019, right? It's an older, it's old at this point in time. The biggest mode is still Versus. So, like, Versus is going to be the biggest, but I think that in the beginning, campaign, Horde mode are going to be the big, like, those are going to be very, very important for, at least initially, for Gears of War E-Day. But down the stretch, Versus is going to be the most important thing. Let's see. Jake, what's up, brother? The Go Puncher's goated. Yeah, 100%, dude. It is absolutely goated. Did either of you spot the Carmine in the kill feed in the multiplayer reveal trailer? I did not, actually. I'm sure he was definitely there. I mean, there was a large, there was a large kill feed, right? I mean, there's a lot of death happening in Gears of War E-Day, certainly. But I think what's awesome, guys. Okay, so like we've got the early access, and then a couple of days later, we got the open beta, which is awesome. I love this. I love that we're going to have kind of back-to-back betas here. I'm going to be very, very entrenched in the early access, and definitely when the second beta as well, I want to play as much as I possibly can, guys, because there's so much stuff that I didn't get a chance to do when I got early access for the multiplayer preview that, we just kind of ran out of time. I only had 3 hours each day to play because of my work schedule and things of that nature. But yeah, we need the Bull Talk back. That's interesting. There's a lot of things that people want back, but I kind of am okay with seeing just change, dude. There's a lot of older Gears heads, and guys, I'm an older Gears head. I mean, I've been, playing Gears of War since 2007, and although, like, yeah, I mean, we're so used to a certain way of Gears of War, dude, this is the biggest breath of fresh air that I have ever felt in Gears of War history. Like, I don't know, dude. I felt like we had been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it was time for change, dude, and we got change here. We got significant changes. I mean, yeah, it still feels like a Gears of War title. It's still it's just like, it's Gears of War, like, improved for, like, the next generation of gamers. Like, I feel like that's really, I feel like that's really important. I don't know. That we have, like, this kind of, like, reskin almost of Gears of War. So we'll have to kind of wait and see. But I mean, them bringing back the Boltok, hey, dude, I'm all for them bringing back things. I really am. I'm all in for them bringing back older weapons and older modes. But like at the same time, I've stated a lot that I wanted new stuff. I wanted like a new, like fresh, like fresh modes, which we're getting, dude. We're getting fresh modes. I wanted all new maps at launch. We're getting all new maps. I mean, there's just things about it, dude, that I understand people, like, we reminisce in the past of what made Gears of War great, but like the way I look at it is, if we look back at Gears 5 and, you know, we've had this like dark age of Gears of War for all these years, and Gears 5 was, in my personal opinion, one of the worst Gears of War titles. You know what I'm saying? Like just overall, I mean, there were things about it, like it got better as time went, but I'm saying from the campaign to even like versus and like horde mode, I think there were things that improved over time, but I also think that there were things that just, it wasn't as good as like the certainly even near the original trilogy. And even Gears of War 4 I thought was the best that we had so far in the Gears of War, like the tenure of the Coalition. And now I feel like this is the best. I would say that this is the best I feel about a Coalition Gears of War ever, and it's not even close. You know, Gears of War 4 was my favorite from the Coalition era. This takes the cake, and all I've played is a multiplayer preview, dude. That's all I've played. And see you guys. And anyways, yeah, super, super excited about it. Bring back Execution and Guardian. I would love them to bring back Execution without a shadow of a doubt midway. I think that Execution would be awesome. My new favorite mode that the Coalition brought in was absolutely Escalation. I would love to see Escalation return. Execution's a classic. I would love to see Execution. But once again, dude, I'm really excited about Demolition. I know some people aren't really excited about Demolition. As a guy who comes from like playing Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, and like we would purposely get, you know, we would kill everybody on the other team except for one person, and then we would do trick shots and stuff, and like that's kind of what started my like content and stuff for me with Call of Duty, was doing that, and it was all based in Search and Destroy. I love Search and Destroy. So Demolition in Gears of War I think is going to be, I don't know, dude. I'm really excited about it. It might not be the best mode ever, but I'm excited that we're getting new modes, new maps. Bring it, dude. I'm fucking excited about that. And the same thing goes with like Crucible. I haven't played Crucible, haven't played Demolition. Crucible looks pretty fun, dude. Like, I think it looks awesome. It's going to be really fascinating to see, like, if they have like in ranked, with like the ranked modes, and like if they ever bring back Gears of War esports, could they have a rotation of, say, maybe Escalation, but like let's just say what we know right now, what if it was Conquest, Demolition, and Crucible are the rotation for the competitive scene? How wild would that shit be? I don't know. That's at least kind of like what I'm wondering, what I'm curious about. And once again, guys, we've stated that, like, I don't think that esports is coming right away. I think it's something that may come in the future, but I don't know. Call me intrigued about by that. The Gut Puncher is goated. Dude, it is. The Gut Puncher is awesome, especially if you get like good at using it. I feel like it's really interesting that a lot of people who were playing, at least when we were playing versus and stuff, there were a number of people who weren't getting the power weapons on the map, and the Gut Puncher being one of them. What a cheat code, dude. I'm telling you, the Gut Puncher, if you get good at using that weapon, dude, that shit is amazing. Amazing. Let's see. Yeah, a number of you are saying that the a number of you are stating that the player should get energy right when it's dropped. And like in Horde. And I agree with that. The thing I'm wondering about is like, how do you divvy up the energy if, like, say it's me and let's say Abel Green, for example, and we're on a team together and we're both shooting this one boomer and we're both getting like, 50% of damage. Do you separate the energy 50-50, or how would they do that if it didn't drop? If the energy went to the players immediately, how would they separate that? I just don't know. I feel like even though we would like to see energy be distributed instead of having to be something that we have to go collect, I feel like the complexities of them doing that would be really complicated. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that's just at least what I'm thinking. People be camping in TDM. Oh, dude, 100%, dude. People camp in team deathmatch like wild. And that's one of the things that really bothered me about Gears 5 TDM. I just feel like there was such this heavy emphasis on camping and things of that nature that, I mean, look, dude, maybe we got to give it more time. I don't know. It's definitely not a mode. If I have the choice, it's not a mode that I want to really play a lot of. Maybe it's just because it's like this classic mode. It's kind of like a timeless classic amongst gaming in general. Like when you look at all these other, shooters out there, team deathmatch is kind of like that timeless classic. I don't know. Maybe that's the thought process here. I'm not really sure. Picking up power takes you out of the immersion. I agree. Yeah, because you're like, oh, I need to focus on going and grabbing the energy instead of focusing on the task at hand. I will say, I like the idea of having a mode in multiplayer that would be like a kill confirmed, where you kill somebody and they drop energy or they drop like cog tags and you have to go collect them to confirm the kill, similar to like a kill confirmed in like Call of Duty or something. I would like to see a mode like that maybe in Versus. But in Horde, I agree. It does take you out of the immersion. It does create, like, I understand the flip side where people are like, it creates a level of like strategy where it's like, okay, let's kill these guys, then we'll go collect the energy or whatever. But then it's like, if I'm playing with a couple of friends and I kill this boomer and then, they pick up the energy, it's just, I don't know, like, it's tricky. That's a tricky question. It's hard, guys. I'm not sure. I don't really have the answer, but I agree that I feel energy should be distributed based on how, like, your percentage of how much of a kill you got or whatever. Should be more like COD, first to 50 kills or something instead of deaths. That's an interesting one. I kind of like that, actually. I wouldn't mind that, actually, with TDM. Getting to, a certain amount of kills, like 30, 50 kills or whatever, instead of, like, seeing the kills dropping. I don't know. That's interesting. I would like to see it both ways and then kind of go from there, because I don't think that they're going to take out TDM, guys. I just don't. I think they're going to keep TDM in there. The fact that the game has no one life game modes or even Guardian at launch is absolutely wild. Well, I mean, if you think of one life, dude, think of Demolition, right? It's going to be like Search and Destroy. So you're going to get one life like per round or however they decide to do it. I haven't played Demolition yet, but I'm just saying, like, if Demolition is is basically exactly like Search and Destroy from like Call of Duty, for example, you get one life per round. And then you have the bomb that's on the map. You take that bomb and you plant it at the enemy's whatever base or, whatever. And then you have a certain amount of time before it detonates. So the other team, they're as you're fighting for the strategies are awesome. And that's one of the things I always have loved about Search and Destroy is the strats, because you get one life per round. So there's always this level of strategy every round. And even you saw this with Escalation as well, but I'm excited about seeing it with Gears of War with Demolition. I think that there's going to be a certain level of strategy there that I think is going to be really cool. Every life matters in Demolition, and that's one of the things I really like. And even like execution, we don't know about execution in regard, like they've stated that some of the classic modes are coming back. We just don't know what that's going to look like yet. Let's see. Hope they do 2v2 Nasher also. I would, you know what, dude? I'll say this. I would like it if they did some 2v2. Kind of like one of my favorite new modes, dude, in Call of Duty in recent years was 2v2 gunfight. You and one of your friends, it's like search and destroy, but like you and one of your friends, it's not like you have to get a full squad together. It's just like you and one of your buddies, 2v2. Everybody starts with the same weapons and the weapons rotate. So you really see like who's good with what weapons, and the rotation of weapons happens every couple of rounds. And I really like 2v2 gunfight. I would like to see a 2v2 gunfight type of situation in Gears of War E-Day. I think that would be really cool. I don't think that they should do it at launch. I think that that would be something that maybe comes as like a limited time mode, test it out, see how it goes, see the reception of it from the community, and then go from there. That would be my thought. Let's see. So the beta is what we are getting at launch. It's actually not like, well, so it is, but it isn't, because the beta is only, like you said, Bon, it's essentially like half of what you're getting, because they're adding like, you're going to have 10 levels, I believe, to like Horde Siege for your like classes. There's 30 when it launches. There's we're gonna play 2 versus maps. There's 6 at launch. You're playing 1 map during the beta for Horde Siege. There are 2, I believe, 2 or 3. I think I'll have to look at it again. But yeah, you're only really you're getting less than half, I think. And look, they're not going to show us everything at the beta. They're just not. They're going to show us a lot of like, I think a lot of cool shit, but they are not showing us everything. They're holding some of that stuff back because there's going to be specific things that they want us, that they're going to want us to try and give feedback on for the beta, for the early beta, and even the open beta as well. I'm wondering if there's going to be changes from the early access to the open beta. That's one thing I'm wondering about. Are there going to be differences there? And that's going to be fascinating to me. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're going to do there, but we'll have to wait and see if they add some stuff to the open beta, or if they take some stuff away, or they do some different shit for the open beta than they do for the early access. It'll be interesting for sure. We have the new mode. Let's see. King of the Hill is a must. Well, I mean, you got Conquest. So Conquest is kind of like a King of the Hill. It's similar. I think what the Coalition wants to do, dude, is they want to create like new experiences. They want Gears of War E-Day to feel like a fresh, new experience. That's what they want, dude. And I don't know, dude. To be quite honest with you, I'm okay with that. I'm not, no bullshit, dude. I'm okay with it. Okay. What else do we got here? Do we see Wingman coming back with a twist in a later season? That's a good question, Jake. What do I think about that? To be totally honest with you guys, I really would like them to keep it somewhat concentrated on like a few different, I don't know. I almost want I almost want there to be like we're getting brand new maps, we're getting some brand new modes. I almost want them to have like a few core modes that they're bringing back, and maybe Wingman is one of them. I'm not sure. But I almost want them to have because here's the thing, with the way that Gears of War E-Day is structured, it's a new kind of experience. And so part of me wants them to have even some of the classic modes as limited time modes to see if these are something that the community really responds well to. Even the new modes that they're bringing out, there's going to probably be some people in the community that really don't like some of these new modes. There's going to be people who don't like Crucible. There's going to be people who don't like Demolition. And so it's like, the question is do you keep all of the modes all of the time as like a 24/7 type of playlist, or do you kind of maybe not do that so much? Maybe they have them as limited time modes, see what the community thinks, you know, have them as a limited time mode for like one season and then drop them. I don't know, dude. I'm not really sure how they're going to play it, but Wingman is a classic. I mean, I would love to see Wingman. And you know, people keep saying Guardian and stuff. Look, I'm open to seeing it here in Gears of War E-Day, but I really feel, guys, because of the way Gears of War E-Day is structured, I think some of these classic modes may not feel as good in Gears of War E-Day as they did in some of the classics. So, like, whether we're talking, you know, if you go back to, like, Gears of War 3, Gears of War 4, Gears of War Judgment, Gears 5, some of them may not play as well because of the differences in movement and so on and so forth. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Events and seasonals are confirmed. Yep, 100%. And, you know, Transformers makes a really interesting point. I'm calling it Overrun, I'm calling it Overrun will return as a Gearsmas gift from the Coalition. I would love to see Overrun return, man. I've stated for a long time, Overrun, Beast Mode 2.0. So Overrun 2.0, Beast Mode 2.0 would be absolutely fucking incredible. It would be incredible, dude. I don't know if they're going to do it, though. I don't know if they're going to bring back Overrun or Beast Mode, because we have to remember that those were epic games, you know, those were designed by Epic Games. So maybe with People Can Fly coming back, you know, or working on Gears of War E-Day in one capacity or another, maybe they bring back Overrun 2.0. Maybe they bring a Beast Mode 2.0. I'm not sure, but part of me is wondering that maybe the Coalition wants to come up with all new modes themselves instead of maybe utilizing the same modes from the past. I mean, I feel like Beast Mode we got in one game. Overrun, same thing. So like, I would really like to see those return. But once again, you also have the question of splitting up the community. Again, you know, it's like, do you want to have too many modes? I feel like you have to have a pulse on this where it's like, okay, Gears of War E-Day is exploding in popularity. Okay, we can add more modes now. But if it's like very slow growth, slowly add modes with the growth, you know? But if it's like an explosion, okay, yeah, let's add some more modes with this first season or whatever. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. The multiplayer direct video now has almost 250,000 views in 2 days. I mean, it's awesome, dude. I mean, there is renewed life in Gears of War. Even with it being a console exclusive, dude, there is a lot of hype around this game, dude. Tons of hype around it. It's exciting, dude. It really is. I want to like switch screens here because I want to go to something here, guys. Let's see. Okay. So I want to look this over with you guys because there were some updates that came out from Gears of War, and I want to kind of go through this with all of you. And I also want to go through, like, they had this blog post that was a long ass blog post, but I want to talk about this a little bit because there's a lot here, dude. There's a lot here. So the build from scratch gameplay, I think that is, dude, this game being built from scratch is just wild to me. Gears of War E-Day is a brand new game built from scratch to feel like Gears but play like new. Every animation, asset, and feature has been crafted from the ground up, and our gameplay sandbox is now unified across our modes. It is wild to think, dude, that this game is like just the amount of detail. This is obviously why it took them so long to make this game. It's because everything is built from scratch. It's crazy, dude. Define the first person. Gears of War defined the third person cover shooter, and we've refined the formula, focusing on the core Gears pillars: movement, cover, weapons, and enemies. Combined with some new mechanics that expand our gameplay sandbox, E-Day delivers that iconic Gears intensity with more fluidity and choice than we've ever had before. Cover is life, guys. And it really is. I think that cover is absolutely life in Gears of War E-Day, for sure. I think that the one thing I haven't noticed a lot of yet is I haven't noticed a lot of the destructible cover as much yet. And I'm interested to see what that looks like as we move into the beta. Maybe I just didn't pay attention enough. I don't know. But when they say cover is life, yeah, but the reason cover would be life would be because cover is not always there, because if you're shooting at cover, maybe it's like damaging the cover, right? And so you got to move into new cover and stuff. So I didn't see that a lot here with what I played of E-Day. We'll have to wait and see. But our battlefields are defined by their cover layout. Whether playing a campaign, horde, or versus, your ability to read the combat space, moving from cover to cover, is at the core of Gears' gameplay. We've completely rebuilt our cover systems, and E-Day supports a greater variety of cover types, heights, and actions than ever before. Our new low ground cover is interesting to me. I like the low ground cover, guys. This right here. I like low ground cover. I think it's awesome. It's one of those things that I feel like it's kind of like a quality of life, so to speak. It kind of adds some realism, or like, if you were actually in battle, there would be moments where you want to lay down, right? Like low ground cover would be something essential to survival. So I love that. Move like a gear. Movement is where you'll see the most change in E-Day's gameplay. We wanted to keep that heavy feeling of being an armored up gear slamming into cover. Dude, slamming into cover feels so good, man. Dude, when you hit a car, bro, the car shakes. The car is dented. Like, it's dented. Like, it's awesome, dude. Bro, I'm telling you guys, when you hit cover, it's really, really cool. And the same thing, like everything feels like it's got like a pack-a-punch to it, dude. The Gnasher, pack-a-punch. Yeah, like the Lancer, the pistols right now, they don't feel they need buffed a little bit. Whereas maybe certain weapons need, a little bit of a nerf. I don't know. But anyways, the movement is amazing, guys. It feels so clean, sliding into cover, feels great, dude. Like I said, if you play Fortnite, whether you think Fortnite is great or not great, there's one thing that's really that I feel with Fortnite is relatable here, is that Fortnite gameplay or movement just feels smooth. It's just like a smooth movement, and I feel the same way here with Gears of War E-Day. It feels smooth. Moving through the world should feel natural, supporting the wide variety of experiences you'll find in the game, from tight versus battles to wide-ranging flanks and arenas in Horde Siege to exploring the city of Kelowna in campaign. I can't wait for the fucking campaign, dude. I can't wait for the campaign, dude. Dude. Let's see. Bond says fuck a BR. Look, here's the thing, Bond. I'm with you to an extent. Like, I didn't really want battle. Okay, let me put you like this. Horde Siege is not your classic Horde mode, right? It just isn't. I mean, yeah, you have like, you got Blitz, you've got like, Siege itself, and you have Horde. Horde gives you that sense of similar to your classic Horde, where you're going up against like 10 waves of enemies. But like, hear me out here. Horde Siege feels like it's new. It's like large scale map. what I'm saying is they took the Horde formula and they upticked it, right? They kind of took it to a new level. And so what I'm wondering here is, could they do something similar to that in like a different way? Like, could they do that with a battle royale where maybe it's not even called battle royale? Maybe it's like a battle royale, but their own flavor to it, their own version of it. That's what I'm wondering. Not so much maybe that it's like your classic battle royale, but maybe it's a little bit different, where let's just take the Horde Siege map as an example. And let's say this is the map that they're going to construct to be their battle royale, so to speak. The Krill are the storm or whatever, and it gets smaller and smaller, and it's like a PvPvE where things are happening on the map. You have emergence holes happening, so it's kind of like Horde, somewhat. Not even so much like Horde, but there's like enemies that are popping up. They drop energy, and then you as a player can either play solos, duos, whatever, and you're able to upgrade your weapons along the way. The Krill are like the storm, that being the Krill, gets smaller and smaller, and you're fighting up against other teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's not as much of a battle royale as maybe what would be considered a classic battle royale, but they have their own flavor to it. I don't know. That's all I'm kind of like thinking about in my brain. But I like I said, I could be totally wrong on it, dude. Let's see here. Okay. My bad, guys. I'm in zero dark right now. As you guys probably already can tell. So people will be coming and going and stuff. But, anyways, I hope that makes sense in relation to in terms of like my thought process in terms of a battle royale, right? Let's see here. What others, dude? You guys are going crazy. We need beast mode in E-Day. It would be sick. Yeah, dude. 100%. Beast mode would be amazing. I've talked about that a lot, dude. I would love to see beast mode in Gears of War E-Day. At the same time, dude, the Coalition may have other plans, though. They might have a plan for, I don't know, Could the coalition have a plan for something else? Another new mode that's maybe similar to Beast? I don't know. Call me intrigued, dude. They've got all these new modes that are coming out. I don't know, dude. I don't mind seeing new modes, and seeing their take on some of these new modes. It's Night Fox. What's up, bro? How are we doing? Both of my PS5 friends are buying Xboxes for this. Hell yeah, dude. I love it, man. That's awesome. They should. Because I think that you're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be an event. This is an event type of game, I feel, personally. That's at least how I feel about it. But anyways. Starspawn, what's up, homie? Free for all and Wingman need to be added. I mean, I agree definitely with, I think free for all. Yeah, I think that free for all will definitely come. I don't know about Wingman. I wouldn't mind having Wingman in it. Here's the thing, Alex, what I'm wondering is, do you think that, let's just say the classic modes that we all, love about Gears of War, do you think that all of them would feel really good on E-Day? You guys know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of wondering about that now. Like, if I were to, I'm gonna play this in the background, guys, while I'm talking to you. Do we feel like with E-Day, the way that the radical, the number of changes that they've made to Gears of War here, do we feel that the same modes would still feel the same as they did on the other games? Like, let's just say most recently with Gears 5. Like, do we think it would still feel the same, or do we feel like it would feel different? Because I can tell you that Team Deathmatch, it feels similar, but it also feels different just because of the movement mechanics. So I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what you guys kind of think about that. Justavian, what is up, homie? I have a question for you, Zro. Do you think Lance, do you think you're doing your grenade tapping and meat shields are going to be in the full game, just not in the beta? Okay, if you're talking about Lancer duels, and if you're talking about grenade tagging and meat shields, if you're talking about that specifically, I think it might get added later on, dude. I'm not sure. Once again, dude, here's the thing. The Coalition can do whatever they want, dude. We have 5 seasons that are confirmed. So they very well could do whatever they want here. Think about it. They could, if they wanted to, they could add literally whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I'm wondering with the pacing because everything feels very fluid to me, like from sliding into cover and all that, it's very smooth. Like I've stated this, guys, a lot. This is the mature Fortnite title. That's what this feels like. It feels like a Gears of War title with a Fortnite skin on it. And so I'm wondering if the chainsaw duels and stuff, kind of mess with the pacing of the game or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. So could those things get added later? But maybe they are something that the Coalition just kind of wanted to get, they wanted to move away from, or they wanted to add it later. Maybe they try some of those things as a limit, in limited time modes. They add grenade tagging or meat shields or Lancer duels in a limited time mode to see the reception of it and then go from there. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Feels wrong not having frag tagging and meat shielding. I think they also need a lot more cover destruction in the multiplayer to make the Lancer and other rifles more useful to use. I will say this, in terms of your first part, I agree with that I think that the Lancer needs a buff for sure. The pistols need a buff. The Incinerator probably needs to be nerfed a little bit. There's certain things that need nerfs, certain things that need like, and that was part of the whole multiplayer preview, I feel. But Wishi, what I will say is, I do think that the destructible cover, we have not really seen that enough. And if it is, it wasn't in there very much. Like in my personal opinion, I didn't really see it a lot. And so I do think that there needs to be a heavy emphasis on that, because the way I see it is they talk about how cover is life. Well, how is cover life if the cover doesn't get destroyed? You guys get what I'm saying? Why is the cover not getting, like, the destruction needs to be there so that you move on to other cover, right? I don't know. So anyways, I do agree with you that I think that there needs to be more cover destruction. 100%. We haven't really even seen the sinkholes, taking down buildings and stuff like that in like horde mode. So I'm wondering, I think they're holding some stuff back. We have not seen everything yet, guys. Like, we just haven't. So anyways, there's things that are being held back. That is very clear to me. And we'll have to kind of wait and see. When, like, maybe the beta comes out. We're going to learn a lot when the beta comes out, guys. We just are. Let's see here. Yeah, think about it. If you focus fire on a piece of cover with the Lancer, you can break it to pieces and eventually should be able to shoot the player hiding on the other side of it. 100%. 100%, dude. I totally agree with you. I think that is something. Destructible cover is a thing here in Gears of War E-Day, but the problem is that I didn't really see it very much in action in Horde or Versus. I did not see it. I will tell you that is one of the things that, if the Coalition's watching this, I do think that we need to definitely, the Lancer needs to get, we need to uptick it in terms of its power a little bit. And same thing with the pistols. And I think that the destructible cover needs to be elevated more so that we're moving more. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. SW Gears, what is up, brother? Good afternoon, everyone. God bless you. What is your opinion on the esports scene for this new Gears of War? Wow. Look, dude, I've talked a lot about Gears of War in the past, man. And Gears of War esports specifically. And I got to tell you, I think that this game is going to be competitive. I really do. I think it's going to be very competitive, actually. I stated earlier in the show, I feel that Gears of War E-Day is going to be the biggest Gears of War on PC ever. Like, I think that PC players are going to play this and eat this game up. There's nothing like it on the market. It plays it feels similar to Fortnite. I feel like it's going to be really big on PC as well as on console. Now, that being said, do I feel that esports is coming immediately? I don't think it's coming immediately, dude. I really don't. I think that it's one of those things, we got to bring Gears back. And then, maybe at some point down the journey, esports returns. But I don't think it's going to be right away. I just don't. I think that they need to focus on just making the game really fun, make the game great, and then bring esports back. Bring esports back at a later time after all the, the stress tests are done, the bugs, the glitches, all that stuff is fixed. They have a good sense of, okay, these are the best modes in ranked, and then we're gonna start feeding, or we're gonna start to support community-driven events. And then they go from there. That's what I think that they should, the way that they should kind of do it. I don't think that we're going to see like this massive $1 million, prize pool or whatever, like we did with like Gears 5, or, see what happened with Gears of War 4 and stuff. I don't think we're going to see that right away. I do think it's something that we could build up to, though, in the future. Mr. Adonis, what is up? I'll be playing on my son's Xbox. Still wish it would come to PlayStation. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. I was frustrated about it myself because it was going to come to PlayStation. It was on the graphic on that podcast, but it's not. And here's the thing: you can play it on PC, right? Could it come to PlayStation at some point in the future? Who knows? I kind of doubt it. But maybe if they come out with a big like battle royale mode or something of that nature in the future, maybe that's like free to play and everybody can play it. Kind of like Call of Duty Warzone, is separate from kind of Call of Duty. Maybe they do something like that. I'm not sure. Is it okay? DVR, what's up, brother? Is it true that there is aim assist in PvP? There is. Yep. There is. I didn't try it in PvP. I tried it in Horde Siege, and the aim assist is strong. Way too strong. I mean, it is, I don't know exactly why they've got it like that in E-Day right now. I mean, they must just be kind of testing it out. But yeah, there is, without any shadow of a doubt, dude, aim assist is absolutely in Gears of War E-Day. And so I do want to see them kind of get away from that or tone it down significantly. I don't want to see it in multiplayer at all. Or I should say like a versus PvP. I do not want to see that at all. I don't want to see no aim assist. I mean, if you have it in it, I don't know, dude. It just... aim assist in video games to me, especially like when we're talking about from a competitive perspective or like PvP, it kind of just, I don't know, it takes away from the actual, like what the actual player is doing. Like, I think that it doesn't really show your true skill. As, I don't know. So I have mixed feelings about it, but I personally, if you have aim assist in Horde, I'm okay with it. But if you have it in PvP, that's where I kind of start drawing the line, especially if it's strong like it is in Gears of War E-Day. Adding meat shielding and frag tagging in a limited time mode to see fan reception is a good idea, honestly. I hope they do this because I know everybody would want those mechanics back. 100%, dude. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people who would love to see those mechanics. I do think that, there might be some people who don't really want to see it, or they probably just want to get a general sense of, let's bring Gears of War back and we can kind of figure out some of this other stuff later on in like the seasonal system or whatever, or limited time modes. Do you think the game has really become more casual, as people say, or is it still difficult? It seems like the marketing is sending mixed messages in that regard. I think that, like, I believe that Gears of War E-Day is going to be easy to, like, it's going to be easy to play, like, easy to kind of, if you're fresh, brand new to the franchise, jumping into it, it's going to be pretty easy to like kind of start to slowly but surely kind of get a feel for it because like I said, it feels like Fortnite. Who hasn't played Fortnite? So if you're playing it and like with the movement and everything else, there's certain things that are going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but like it's going to be easy to play but hard to master. I think that there are going to be people who are going to be very, very good at the new movement, and there is wall bouncing. It's just toned down quite a bit. So I think that there's going to be people who are going to exploit this movement for sure and are going to get very, very good at it. So I will say that there's going to be a skill gap, certainly, like any other game out there. There will be a skill gap. Make absolutely no mistake about it, guys. But do I think that it's going to be as much of a skill gap as we've seen in recent years with Gears of War? No, I do not. I think that this is going to be new players coming in. You got a full campaign that is going to more than likely what we're hoping for. If they're hitting the setting and the tone and everything else, returning back to the dark, gritty horror elements of Gears of War and what it was built on. So people are going to love the story, I believe. And I'm hoping that we all love it, right? Number two, Horde mode is now back, but in a bigger way than it ever has been before. And I think if you don't like the gauntlet that is maybe playing PvP, you have PvE. So it's like a full package. You're not just getting campaign. You're not just getting PvE. You're also getting PvP. You're getting all of it, which in my opinion, that makes the AAA. The AAA titles are the ones that have all three of those things: PvP, PvE, and campaign. You have all three of those things and it makes something really special. So I do think that it is going to have a skill gap, but I think that anybody, whether you're new to Gears of War, you've been around for a while, you're going to be able to jump in, you're going to be able to start playing it. It's going to take a little bit to get used to, and whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. If you put in a lot of time into it, you're going to get good at it, man. If you don't put in very much time, well, don't expect just to jump in and you're at the top of the leaderboard every game. I mean, it's kind of think about games like Call of Duty. Yeah, you can jump in there and you can get some kills in Call of Duty, but are you going to be at the top of the leaderboard all the time if you've taken months and months and months off of it? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going into ranked playlists and stuff. Dude, it just doesn't really, it's not going to happen. So I think that ultimately, I say all of that to say, I think that Gears of War E-Day is going to be for everyone, but it is not going to be, maybe not all the modes will be for everyone. It's going to, it will test you, and it will be, it's going to be a grind at times for sure. Even Horde mode. I really don't want them to constantly tweak the weapons, so where it feels like each weapon gets updated every week. I think it would be a better idea if they made a testing mode where you could test the weapons and give TC your feedback on it. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. It'd be awesome, bro. That'd be super cool, man. I would love to see something like that. I think that near the end of when Gears 5 was getting supported, they were constantly changing things all the time. And it was a weekly basis, man. They were just changing stuff so much. And so I don't want to see that. I definitely don't want to see that. And who knows, man? We'll have to kind of wait and see. I don't think, who knows? We'll have to kind of wait and see on it, guys. But yeah, I'm totally with you. I do not want to see them, change stuff all the time. Get a general sense, a general pulse from the community, and then make adjustments, make updates, things of that nature. Guys, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let me check something here. I want to what we got going on here? All right. All right. I want to switch back over here. Let me just switch this, guys. I'm gonna make this like let me make myself a little bit bigger here, real quick. Yo, what up, boys and girls? What's up? All right, hold on. I'm gonna change my screens here in a second. Just check something really fast. Uh, okay. Just go back here. All right. There we go. All right, guys. Oh, gosh. Let me go back here. Dude, you ain't kidding, bro. 407K views on YouTube right now is the Gears of War E-Day official multiplayer reveal. Wow. That's significant, dude. Oh, yeah. Switch this back over. Okay. Let me go. So we stopped here. Let's see. Don't you think Horde Siege feels a bit arcadey? When I watched gameplay on it, it felt really weird seeing how you can revive an entire team with the press of a button. I didn't really get the feeling that it felt arcadey. I got the feeling that it felt very different from like a traditional Horde mode. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt that Horde Siege, guys. I mean, it's going to take a little bit to get used to. It took a little bit to get used to. I'm not going to lie about that. But I don't think that it did not feel arcadey to me. But I don't know. I gotta play it more, dude. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it in less than a week, which I'm super excited about, bro. I mean, in a week here, the beta is gonna be here, and so I'm gonna be really diving into it because now we're gonna be able to play it for a consistent amount of days, guys. I had 3 hours for 3 different days to be able to play Gears of War E-Day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Let's talk about this. Sprinting. Sprint has control and camera angles for longer runs and more battlefield awareness, combining more fluidity with other movement mechanics. Each sprint starts with a nod to roadie run as your gear hunches and plants their first few steps, keeping that slightly lower profile while doing quick cover to cover moves. I mean, yeah, dude, I was very skeptical of this at first. You know what I'm saying? With the way that this looked, at first, I was like, oh man, dude, they're getting rid of the roadie run. Is this going to feel weird? Dude, I can tell you guys right now that it feels clean, very clean. Sliding. Sliding feels very similar to me to like Fortnite But from sprint, you can now trigger a slide. This versatile move can be used to get low as you approach a target, slip quickly under a vehicle or gap, or slide into cover from a distance. You can actually, you can do the slide cancel as well, which is also interesting. I love sliding. Slide is awesome. Jump and climb. Jump brings more verticality and traversal options to combat than we've ever had. Jumping towards a wall, ledge, or vehicle within arm's reach allows you to grab the ledge and haul yourself up. I mean, it's something that I feel like, I don't know, dude. There's just so many different ways that this feels like a mature Fortnite to me. I don't know. It just does. And I'm all for it, dude. We needed these fundamental changes, and man, dude, they're giving us significant fundamental changes. Cover gaps. With many more shapes and styles of cover objects, we've also introduced cover gaps. We have low gaps like the space under a truck or a hole in the wall that you can pass through by ducking or sliding. I really like this as well. I think that's really cool. I think it just adds like more like traversing the world more and more, or the map. I really, really like that. Commitment. Cover entry can only be canceled within 1.5 meters of the object, unlike previous Gears titles where it could be activated at any point within the enter action. So that's when we talk about, wall bouncing and things of that nature. So look, I'm okay with it, dude. I really am. The game feels so clean, dude. Players must travel further towards the cover before the cancel can be done, putting them in a more predictable trajectory and more readable cancel position. What I think this is really good for is like now you're going to have to get really creative with how you're moving around. Like that's it. So I'm looking really forward to it. Momentum. Every action or reaction has a consistent motion transfer to it. No more stopping immediately and changing direction instantaneously. What this means is there is a tangible weight to movement that is easier to follow. While in a cover cancel, a player can slow down very quickly, but it takes a short time to shift direction completely, leaving them vulnerable to well-timed counters. I mean, dude, look, the Coalition is saying all the right things, dude. In my mind, at least. When you're talking about you want to grow the franchise, you want to grow this thing, right? All of this stuff, I think, are quality of life improvements that are going to be good. We have to think about it from a new player perspective. As a new player, you want to feel like, okay, I can jump into this thing and I'm not going to get discouraged. That is so important, dude. So important when you're playing a title like Gears of War. To feel like, dude, I don't want to get in, like, just to have the feeling of, man, dude, I really don't want to go in this because I'm just going to get completely annihilated. Like, dude, I don't know. Do you really want to have that feeling as a new player? Like, no, dude, of course you want to feel like, okay, I can get into this thing. I'm going to be, I guess I'm going to go up against people of my similar skill set and then go from there. And there's going to be a road to getting better. Like, that's just, I don't know. I think that's awesome. Speed. Entering cover remains one of the fastest movement actions a player can take, but overall speed across the sandbox is more balanced, leaving cover, enter, and cancel as less of an outlier. Sprinting, evading, and especially sliding are all reasonable alternatives with their own pros and cons. Bouncing between cover isn't the only way to remain at speed anymore. Yeah. Hey, dude. I love it. I love it. Fidelity. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Every action is more readable and connects to one another much more consistently and fluidly. Movement has purpose and is reflected in the animations. So visually, each player's movement and actions can be tracked better, meaning it's easier to learn and parse where the opposing player's weapon is pointing, how long it will take them to fire after an action is committed to, how many steps it will take them to get to cover, or how far they will slide. I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I don't know. I look at it as quality of life improvements, dude. I don't know. Every weapon in Gears of War E-Day, whether it's a brand new entry or a returning favorite, has been thoughtfully designed, considering what made previous Gears guns so great and how they can fit into our new foundation. So all projectiles now have simulated ballistics and travel time. The visuals of the tracers and hit effects are true to the simulation for the first time in the franchise. This also creates more interesting gameplay scenarios where shooting outside of a weapon's range requires leading your target. Dude. You can now shoulder swap while aiming, giving you control of where your character is positioned while aiming down sights. I love this. I like this feature. I use this feature in a number of scenarios in Horde Siege specifically, but versus, I'm going to be testing this a lot when the beta comes out. Let's see here. Small adjustments create more interesting tactical scenarios. For example, first-person scopes have sway to add some additional realism. An aiming challenge for snipers and recoil on some automatic weapons is tuned to reward players for firing in short bursts. Okay. Many returning favorites also have some notable adjustments. 6 shots in the Nasher. We knew this. We've added a new round-by-round active reload system on the Nasher and Breach Shot. This gives these weapons versatility and tactical depth by allowing the player to quickly load a round or two to finish off a kill without going through the full reload cycle. To balance against this new ability to hot reload, the Nasher has its ammo capacity reduced from previous 8 shells down to 6. So, I mean, I really like the Breach Shot. The Nasher, of course, guys, the timeless classic, that being the Nasher. Now, the Lancer needs a buff, for sure. The prototype Lancer has a higher rate of fire and deeper magazine than recent Lancers, making it a great all-round rifle. I will say that I think that it's not powerful enough, dude. It just isn't. Even with the bigger mag, I really think it needs to be slightly more powerful, just a little bit. Our hammer burst is inspired by the original Gears of War version with an accurate 6-round burst and a perfect active reload effect that increases your rate of fire. Perfect. The Breach Shot returns with a one-shot headshot kill in PvP and some brutal axe-based executions. I love the Breach Shot, man. I love it. Lancer MK1 or the Retro resumes its role from Gears 3, deadly in close range, but can be used effectively at mid to low ranges if the shooter can tame its strong recoil. It does have strong recoil, guys. Strong recoil. The snub is tuned to be closer to early Gears games. It fires as fast as you can pull the trigger and is very quick to draw and stow, making it a deadly cleanup weapon. It is not very deadly. It needs a buff. It needs to increase the power just a little bit, dude, here with the snub. Smoke grenades are better than ever, using volumetric smoke to realistically saturate the environment and effectively block player and AI enemy sightlines. Yeah, it is. Smoke grenades are powerful, dude. I mean, they really are in this game. I don't know if they're going to keep them that way, if they're going to tone it down a little bit. It's hard to say. You'll notice that heavy weapons have been changed a bit as well. Although you'll be slowed down. Most movement can now be done while carrying a heavy. You can also rip heavy weapons right off turret bases. Also, the heavy boom shot is in E-Day is the Locust prototype boom shot and shows up as a heavy weapon. This allows us to give the boom shot a hefty kick while keeping it balanced. There you go. The Nasher, guys, oh man, dude, I love the Nasher, but the customization is going to be awesome, guys, because you have weapon mods. So an entire weapon mod system in Horde Siege and campaign for you to tweak weapons for your personal playstyle. This is not translating to Versus, which is very, very nice. Everybody starts on the same trajectory in Versus. Everybody gets the same weapons and then the power-up weapons on the map. Perfect. enemies. By going back to the Locust, we got to rebuild some of our most iconic enemies. Our developer direct outlined our approach to redesigning the appearance of core units like the Wretches, Boomers, and Drones. Of course, the Locust army is bigger than just those three, and you'll fight menacing creatures from the Hollows and face towering bosses in Campaign and Horde. Can't wait, dude. I can't wait for all the different Locust variants and things of that nature, especially the ones that we haven't seen yet, dude. Dude, cannot wait. Let's see. Armor Wretches can catch you in the scream, disorienting you and limiting your actions. Drones come in many varieties, with elite units using tougher tactics and loadouts combining together to create formidable enemy squads. Cedars return not just as anti-air nemesis launchers, but as mini bosses you need to attack and defeat. Boomers are tougher and bigger than ever, soaking up damage and dominating a space. But now at low health, they can be executed with a Lancer chainsaw. By the way, guys, Lancering a Boomer is amazing, dude. Amazing. Reavers can act as troop transport, deploying a squad of drones into action, but if they choose to stay around, they become terrifying walking tanks. Yeah, I noticed the Reavers, they move around the battlefield on Horde Siege a lot. They'll stop, and then they'll take off. They'll go somewhere else on the map. They'll come back maybe. It's interesting. Let's see. There are many more enemies as well, including some new creatures from the Hollow, enslaved by the Locust and unleashed on the surface of Sarah. Hell yeah, dude. In and around our 4 pillars, so many other small changes and additions have gone into our gameplay systems. The center screen Omen is back, and every hit now sprays blood off the Omen in the direction of the incoming damage. We also included a downs counter when you go down but not out, so you can track how many downs you have left until a full Omen will take you straight to death. This is especially useful in Horde Siege, where managing your downs as a squad becomes pretty important. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. Yeah, I don't really have much more to add from that, but yeah. The iconic active reload bar is defaulted to the center screen just below the reticle. In our testing, we found that this position helps players use this important mechanic more regularly. Of course, if you are a longtime Gears fan and want your active reload bar in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, there's a setting for that. Honestly, guys, I liked it in the middle of the screen. I just did. I liked it. Like, because it's like, it looks different. I liked it kind of in the middle. I may very well want it back up in the top right corner. I'm not sure. But for now, I liked it in the middle of the screen. Maybe that's just me, but I did. Other than that, dude, pro. The Coalition is cooking, ladies and gentlemen. They are absolutely cooking with Gears of War E-Day at this point in time. I want to grab a quick drink, guys. I'll answer some more of your questions. If you guys have questions, things of that nature, let me know. But I want to get a drink, and I want to keep talking to you guys. Keep dissecting the living hell out of what we saw from the multiplayer reveal as well. I'm going to, I want to turn this up because I want to kind of break down the multiplayer reveal with all of you. Hold on a sec. I'm sorry, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready, guys. I promise. All right.
Josh,
What?
can I start the live stream stuff right now, or do I have
After I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let's break this down, shall we, guys? I wanna break down the whole thing. I actually don't think I haven't done this. I have not done this with all of you, and I wanted to do this before I kind of wrapped up the show for the day. We answered a lot of questions. It was awesome having Abel Green on the show, guys. We've been going at this thing here for a couple of hours now, or a few hours actually, and so I want to let's break this thing down, shall we? Sebastian, what is up, brother? Is this the greatest Gears of all time? I mean, look, dude, I don't want to get carried away. I don't want to kind of, what's the word? Recency bias or whatever. This is from what I have played so far, it is incredible, dude. It's incredible. Like look, when we look at, if you take everything that we have seen from Gears of War E-Day at face value, we look at Horde Siege, we look at you look at Versus and everything. This is the best Gears of War that the Coalition has ever made, and I don't even think it's even close at this point. From a Horde and Versus perspective, or like a multiplayer perspective, I feel like this could very well be the best in those categories. The campaign, we have no idea, dude. I mean, the thing is that we have to play the campaign first, and then, you know, I'm not going to go like have this recency bias where, yeah, it feels incredible. The game is amazing right now, but that does not mean that it's the best Gears yet. This is a fantastic, what I've played so far is fantastic. It's incredible. This is the most excited I've ever been for a Gears of War title since Gears of War 3. From Gears of War 2 to Gears of War 3, that's how I feel right now. I feel like we're going from Gears of War 2 to Gears of War 3 right now. Like the excitement is so high for Gears of War E-Day that, yeah, dude, I mean, maybe this will become the greatest Gears of War of all time, but we got to see. It's not just about how you start, it's how you finish. It's all of that stuff. And so we're in this for the long haul. We're in this for the journey, dude. We've got a massive journey ahead of us. I think smoke needs to stay the way it is. It's never been very useful in past Gears games. I think the thickness of the smoke in E-Day makes it more useful. That's interesting. That's an interesting point. Yeah, I gotta play it. I mean, it was very thick in in Versus for sure. It was very clear to me that, like, my God, dude, it was so, like, the thickness of the smoke was wild. But anyways, let's get into this. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna let's see. Let's go back here. Start from the beginning. I want to start right. Where do I want to start? Let's go right here.
The squad is at the heart of every Gears of War experience. Whether it's in the stories we tell or the modes we build, being a Gear is all about fighting alongside someone who has your back when shit gets intense. Our players have deep connections to their own squads. They tell stories about lifelong friends and family that grew up playing Gears together. Strangers they met in battle and became bonded to through the game. That feeling of fighting side by side is at the center of E-Day's multiplayer modes. And today, we're excited to dive in and show you more. Welcome to Horde Siege. It's an all-new 12-player evolution of Gears' legendary Horde mode. Horde Siege evolves that iconic, back-against-the-wall Horde experience that Gears is known for, with larger, more unpredictable, more cinematic, and more memorable battles for you and your squad. This is...
By the way, guys, the gun sounds, like the way that the gun sounds, the reload, all of that stuff is peak, dude. Peak.
3 squads fighting through their own objectives, crisscrossing with each other through the largest and most immersive multiplayer maps we've ever made. But before you go, you need to choose a class and gear up.
Each class has its own tactical gear to match its strategy, as well as progression journey that unlock loadout weapons, armor mods, and tactical gear mods so you can tweak your build to your own personal playstyle. The Assault class is about controlling the...
There's an emphasis, guys, on like a heavier emphasis on mods and things of that nature, like customization, which I really like. I love that.
Battlefield with mid-range weapons while stunning waves of incoming enemies using the Sonic Disruptor. Marksman focuses on precision damage, especially useful with Horde Siege's longer sightlines, while the Pulse Drone attacks Locust units for you and your squad. The Breacher is a point-blank bruiser that pushes hard into the front line to make risky plays, using an adrenaline injector to refill health and reduce income.
So you got an adrenaline injector. I love the adrenaline injector. I mean, there's different things, guys, that some people may look at and say, like, do we really want that in Gears of War or not? It's like, dude, I'm open to trying new stuff, man. Like to checking out new things within the franchise, I think are really, really important. I really do. I think it's very important that we have certain changes, and some of the stuff's going to land, some of it isn't. It's just how it is. But I love that the Coalition is trying new things.
Damage. And the Medic is a mid-range revive specialist, focused on keeping your squad on their feet while under fire. The Stim Vaporizer revives any gear, even from other squads, within range. Depending on the mission type you've chosen, you'll get a mix of main objectives that will have you moving around the map or hunkering down in a location. These objectives give you more variety than ever before, but they're still focused on the Horde feeling of defending and clearing waves of unique enemy combinations. In Horde Siege, this means securing and protecting rigs, large COG recon devices that have been deployed around the city to scan and map out the enemy's underground tunnel network. They are critical to the defense of Kelowna, but have the unfortunate, noisy side effect of attracting locusts whenever they're activated. Also scattered around the map are secondary objectives. Quick, timed side missions.
The secondary objectives, guys, I think, like, I really think that keeps things kind of fresh, where, like, you got, as you're moving around the map, there's like these secondary objectives that really, I mean, number one, it gets you more, more XP, like something else that you can do as a squad together. And I love that. I will say that I hope that whether it's in the seasonal system or whatever, there was a couple of things that I noticed that I would love to see here, like, I guess in the future or the like long term for, Horde Siege is, number one, that the types of secondary objectives change. There's like a rotation. There's like a number of new different kinds of objectives. That was one thing. And the second thing for me was where the emergence holes appear seem to be the same over and over again. I would really like to see some variety there. And I want to really see like the large sinkholes as well, like taking down buildings and cover and stuff. That would fundamentally change the way the map feels and plays and stuff. So I hope those things kind of happen. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Tej, what's up, dude? Yeah, we're still live, brother. Getting after it.
Like taking out a high-value target, defusing locust explosives, or delivering a power core to juice up an active ring.
Secondary objectives are optional, but they earn in-session squad perks, boosting your squad's abilities, as well as weapon parts that can be redeemed after your session to upgrade your favorite guns. As you knock off objectives and kill locusts, your squad earns energy. This can be spent at supply caches. There, you can upgrade squad perks, grab equipment like grenades, sentry turrets, and razor mines, change your loadout on the fly if you need a different weapon. Your objectives will often have you cross paths with other squads, and these are really unique, kind of magic moments in Siege. Like running into another squad's defensive setup and helping take out some of their waves, or when you both get assigned positions near each other, it can set up a joint kill zone. But a huge relief when your whole squad is DB&O'd and you see a group of gears come sprinting around that corner with a
You notice here,
revive.
guys?
Whole
Let me
squad
show you
is
something. You see how you have your downs remaining? So you only have so many like downs before you're dead, and then they have to take they're gonna have to pick up your cog tag and revive and like bring you back. This happened to me where I jumped into one of the sinkholes. You can jump into the sinkholes. And so I jumped in and died, and then Abs had to revive, like had to bring me back. So you had to get my cog tags and things of that nature. So something that you have to be mindful of. I know there's secondary objectives, but only 10 waves. Well, it depends on like, look, dude, you have to remember that you have like 3 different modes in Horde Siege. So you have Blitz, which is like really like, if you only have enough time to play like a little bit of Horde, Blitz is like really fast. Then you've got Siege, which is like a little bit of like, you know, I would say your middle of the road kind of. Like if Blitz is like 8 to 10 minutes long on average, Siege is going to be like 20 to 30 minutes. And then Horde, which has like more waves and things of that nature, that is going to be your, 45 to 50 minute game. So there's a few different modes you have to remember within Horde Siege. So anyways.
And you see a group of gears come sprinting around that corner with a clutch revive.
If Command delivers a supply drop, any squad that fights to secure it gets a share of the rewards inside. The first one in gets the best stuff. So it's often a quick decision if you can spare the time and effort while managing your objectives. But the most intense multi-squad action hits when our bigger boss appears on the map and things get even tougher.
Invasions can happen at any time during a mission. They add new chaos and challenges.
Okay, so these flying the Scoria, I have not played against the Scoria. These flying, like, remember, you want to know what's funny, guys? Remember when Cliffy B, he said that his vision for Gears of War, he had a vision for locusts with wings? The Scoria. Like, I think some people actually thought like locusts, like, if you think of like a drone with wings, it's like, well, what would that even look like? And maybe it wouldn't have looked very good, or who knows. But these things, the Scoria, bro, I want to play against these things. These things look like they're the same as like the bile frogs, where they shoot out like an acid or whatever. And I wonder if they're of the same line, and whatever, the same family as the bile frogs or something. It's kind of fascinating to me.
For the session.
We also need to see, we also need more enemy variety, maybe something to rush the team and make it rethink its strategy, like a Berserker or Ragers. I mean, yeah, I think, I have not seen the Berserkers yet. We've seen like I said, we've seen certain things. I have not fought the Scoria myself yet. I'm excited to fight against the Scoria, but like, there's a number of new Locust variants, and I think that they haven't even shown us all of them. Because like, if there's Berserkers and stuff, like, what do those Berserkers look like? And so on and so forth. So I'm really interested to see what that, as time goes, what that looks like. But yeah, I think, I do believe they will, they're going to show us a little bit more during the beta or the betas. And then they're going to hold some things close to the vest before, during launch or before launch.
Buffing Locust enemies or restricting certain actions until they're defeated. And it can take more than one squad to bring these huge monsters down. These moments of 12 players coming together to take on iconic Locust creatures deliver this great Gears feeling. Fighting alongside a group of...
These right here are like we call them the ball sacks, because that's what in the game, the characters call them ball sacks. So that's what we call them. They're just ball sacks.
Soldiers to hold the line. And of course, anyone that helps gets even more rewards.
That's fucking beautiful.
Once your mission objectives are complete, Command sends in your ride so you can extract. You'll fight through one last intense horde wave to secure the LZ and hold out until you're...
I will say this, guys, going back to the Bile Frog, I do
fight
think
through one last intense horde wave.
The Bile Frog needs to be more powerful. Or something. There's times where the Bile Frog just felt like it died very quickly. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it needs to spit out its bile or, you know, venom, poison, acid, whatever. I think something, but it doesn't seem as powerful as maybe it should be. I don't know.
LZ and hold out until your Raven appears. A successful mission will reward you and your squad. While you don't technically all need to make it back to the chopper, your rewards might suffer a bit if you leave your comrades behind. Earned XP will progress your rank, unlocking new loadout weapons, mods, and equipment. But most importantly, any weapon parts you gained can be redeemed to upgrade your arsenal for the next fight. For the first time in a main Gears title, you can mod our iconic weapons. Some mods will apply small tweaks, nudging the gun.
And so maybe this is something where when you mod the prototype Lancer, for example, maybe that's something that makes it more powerful. Or I should say more powerful. I should say like it's more of a viable option, because a lot of times it feels like, man, dude, like it's just not doing anything. And so maybe like as you upgrade some of these weapons, they kind of balance out to feel like better or whatever, as they should. But anyways, I just feel like the prototype Lancer definitely needs its power increased somewhat. And the same thing with the pistols.
Towards your personal preference, other mods are more noticeable, changing what effects you get from hitting a perfect active reload. Or if you want to go nuts, you can even throw a bayonet on your Nasher. That intersection between how you set up your weapons, armor mods, and tactical gear creates more choice and gameplay strategy than we've ever had before. And of course, when you and your squad combine your builds, it can be the difference that gets you through an especially tough mission. Horde Siege missions mix variety, objectives, difficulty, modifiers, and harder challenges each time you play, shaking things up with things like explosive drone deaths, only perfect reloads, or even friendly fire. Poisons also make a return, meaning the Locust Horde gets more powerful as you play through a mission. If you're looking for a dose of that classic Horde grind, our Horde missions will set you up in one spot, testing your squad against 10 grueling waves of survival. All of these elements, combined with the variety of objective locations on each map, and of course the chaotic fun of mixing in 2 other squads of real players, means you'll never have the same experience twice.
The ultimate squad challenge in Gears has always been founded on versus modes. 2 squads going head to head, trying to rip each other apart with a mix of practical teamwork and clutch gameplay. We wanted to deliver that pure Gears PvP feeling, but now evolved with E-Day's new movement mechanics. All our launch modes are 4v4, as Locust and Cog squads square off on all new maps. PvP is where you hone your skills. No mods allowed here. Everyone starts...
Yeah, no mods allowed. I love that, guys. I really do. Everybody starts with the same loadouts. You're starting with your Lancer, Nasher, Snub, Smoke. Power weapons on the map. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like Halo. You know, Halo and Gears are like Mount Rushmore for Xbox. And I think that if they would have gone away from that, it just would have, I don't know. This isn't Call of Duty, dude. You don't need to customize all your stuff, you know? You have your, you earn like skins and things of that nature. I just think that this keeps it an even playing field. I don't know. I'm very, very happy that they're doing it this way. They're not adding mods and all this stuff. Cause like, what if I get a mod, I get a mod on my whatever Lancer, and then so a brand new player comes in and they don't have any mods and they're going to have a disadvantage. You know, I always felt like having everyone at the same playing field is important.
Same loadout, fighting on symmetrical battlefields to claim key weapon spawns across tactical locations. Our launch maps: Park, Battleship,
Park, Battleship,
Outpost, Precinct, Market, and Skyward are all set in and around Kelowna, and they have that classic Gears feel.
I will say they do. By the way, guys, the maps do feel like Gears maps. They do. They are carefully, meticulously made. You can just tell they are absolutely Gears of War maps. Like, I was a little bit worried about that. Like, am I going to really like, and I've only played 2 of them. We've only played 2 of them. Dude, I love the maps. The maps are great. There seems to be a variety of darker maps and brighter maps. I love it.
Focusing on cover, fronts and lanes, but with opportunities to use E-Day's new traversal mechanics.
We're starting off with a tight set of 4 modes. Team Deathmatch and Conquest are new.
So, tight set of 4 modes, guys. You got Team Deathmatch, Conquest, Demolition, and Crucible. Guys, I was about to lose it. So, those are the 4 that they're starting with. And it's very fascinating to me because 3 of them are brand new. 3 of the 4 brand new modes.
King of the Hill mode will feel familiar, but with some great new updates. And they're joined by 2 new modes. In Demolition, each squad battles over a neutral bomb and then attempts to plant it at one of 2 of the opposing team's bomb sites. This is Gears PvP battle.
Guys, it's Search and Destroy, but Gears of War, right? Or at least it seems like that.
At their best. 2 fronts colliding, squads coordinating with non-stop action as you constantly flip between attacking and defending.
Now, I will say that it seems like, even though it feels like, what's the word? It feels like Search and Destroy. Look at how many lives you get. So it's not like Execution or like your traditional Search and Destroy where you only have 1 life. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is going to be different, but I think having a Demolition mode is awesome. I do love that. Kung Fu Hot Dog coming in with the 5. My man, Kung Fu Hot Dog, it's been a minute, brother. How you doing? What do you think of what's being said about E-Day's multiplayer holding new players' hands? It's meant to be simplified now. Glad you played E-Day. Appreciate you, brother. I mean, you know what, dude? I think that Gears of War E-Day was created as... Yes. They... Think of it like this, Kung Fu. Gears of War E-Day is the mature Fortnite. That's what it is. Think of Fortnite, and it's the mature themed. So, if you've played Fortnite, you're going to be able to play Gears of War E-Day. Now, it's a little bit of it's definitely, it takes a little bit to get used to with like some of the movement, but like overall, dude, it feels like Fortnite. And think about it. Epic Games made Gears of War, the original trilogy and Judgment, right? They made Unreal Engine 5. The Coalition are the best right now at Unreal Engine 5. And this right here is, yes, a lot of new, but I do think that there's going to be a skill gap. People are going to get really good at the movement. They just are. But it's going to be kind of like Fortnite maybe a little bit to me. You know, like I think that you've got players who are going to be really good at first, and then you're going to have new people that come in, and then there's going to be new people who are really good. And so it's going to be one of those things where I do think that there maybe is going to be, there might have been some hand-holding because this game was meant to come on PlayStation 2, right? Like not just Xbox, but also on PlayStation. And since it's not now, I mean, I think that what we're going to see is, I think we're going to see a lot of players who are going to be playing on Xbox, but also on PC. I think it'll be the biggest Gears of War of all time on PC. Like, PC players are going to play this, especially if they've played Fortnite. They're going to be like, dude, this is sick. And then I actually think that even though Gears of War is meant to be played, technically speaking, on Xbox, I think PC is going to dominate this shit. You know what I'm saying? I think PC's going to dominate it. And so, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think there's still be that skill gap, dude, for sure. Like any game. But do I think that it's going to be one of those situations where I do think that there's going to be some old Gears heads that don't like this, that don't like the direction maybe of some of this stuff. I mean, Horde mode is huge, dude. You know, Horde Siege, the map is massive, you know? It's no longer like a smaller map. And I kind of hope that they have, like, they bring back some classic Horde where it's like some smaller maps. We'll have to wait and see on it, though. Let's see. Nick Merck's video about it is what sparked my question. Still waiting to see what the budget for this game is. Yeah, I mean, I know Nick Merck's made a video, and he kind of made it sound like, I know what you're talking about. He kind of made it sound like, well, there's this, you know, there's always been a skill gap in Gears of War, and there, you know, will continue to be. And I mean, the way his comparison to saying, like, if you've never played Call of Duty, you can pick up a Call of Duty controller and still get kills. It's kind of set up that way. With Gears of War, you can't do that. I think that traditionally, yes, it's been like that, but I think that is it's going to be different here with E-Day. And I've played E-Day. I played it. I don't know if Nick Merck's played it, but it doesn't seem like he played it. I think that people, if you've played Gears of War before or you've never played before, you're going to get kills. Like, it's going to, like I said, dude, like, it's going to take some time for people to get used to, like it does for people who are playing Call of Duty. If you've never played COD before, it's going to take you a little bit, but there's a skill gap without a shadow of a doubt. And I think that there's a lot of really positive changes happening here with Gears of War, specifically with E-Day, that is meant for the next generation of gamers. I do think that.
Crucible is a great new mode that revolves around the power core.
I love this new mode, guys. This is Crucible. I did not play this mode. I did not play Demolition. You have this power core that you got to take from one end to the other, or you're like...
Whoever holds it gains points.
You go to the zone. You go to the zone, and you acquire points this way.
The zone shrinks, and it moves as the round goes on. This means the...
And guys, look, like when there's a zone, right? You have this zone that shrinks during Crucible. Guys, everything is pointing to me at least, like we could be getting a battle royale in the future. Horde Siege tells me, like, shows me that we could very well get a Gears of War E-Day, like, battle royale in one way, shape, or form. And they're testing it through Siege, and there's little signs of it here with Crucible as well. You have a map that's shrinking. I don't know.
Fight is always coming to you. The power core's one charged shot could strip the flesh right off an enemy. So,
oh, dude, I love the effects, though, dude. Like, I love the effects of the of running around with the power core. You get too close, man, you're about to get completely incinerated, even more than the incinerator.
Well-timed defensive play can lock in that win. After launch, we'll be adding in new maps, modes, and events to keep things fresh, including some favorites that we're excited to bring back.
Gears of War E-Day is...
So they're going to be bringing back more stuff, guys. New stuff, old stuff, classics, but this is what we're starting with in the beginning. And I love it, guys. I love it. 3 brand new modes, 1 returning. Unfortunately, it's Team Deathmatch. I would have liked it to be Escalation, personally. I would have loved to see Escalation return. Maybe they're going to bring that back later on. I think they made a safe bet here, though, with it being Team Deathmatch. You know what I'm saying? I think that they just made it a safe bet overall.
It's a new game, built from scratch to feel like Gears, play like new. So whether you're a Gears veteran or jumping in for the first time, it was important to us that there was a place to get familiar with the gameplay mechanics. Our short bootcamp tutorial will walk...
Okay. This is really awesome, too. If you're a brand new player for Gears of War, like, you got boot camp and combat training, guys. You can even go up against bots, which is, by the way, pro players will do this as well. I said this earlier on in the show. Pro players are going to play against bots just to kind of warm up before they jump into the trenches. But you have boot camp and combat training, bro.
You through the basics. But we've also included a combat training space where you can test out weapons, movement, and even go up against some short locust encounters to get some reps in.
we have pre-made control schemes for all types.
They have different control schemes. The only one that I wanted, guys, though, bro, Where's tournament? You know what I'm saying? Where's tournament, bro? That's the only thing. Hey, look, maybe it's because of the new movement and things of that nature that they didn't want to bring out other stuff. I don't know. I don't know, dude. But I was playing actually default. I'm going to test out all of them, guys, probably during the beta. Because all of them are a little bit, you know, with the new movement, I think you've got to try out all of them just to see which one's going to fit you personally. You know what I'm saying?
Of players. If none of them fit you perfectly, you can always customize one to your liking.
When you're feeling ready to pop some heads, Versus is set up with two main ways to play. Jump into social, get into the fight, and roll through some matches.
Okay, so we talked about like social and ranked, guys. Like, I kind of would have liked them to release ranked later, like later, but maybe the idea is they want to kind of establish these two off the rip and then kind of go from there. I mean, who knows, dude? I mean, they're talking about competitive, and then, you know, like, I don't know if there is a plan for esports and stuff like that, but maybe they want to see like what kind of interest there is for something like that, and that's why they're bringing ranked out. I don't know. Regardless, guys, I would have liked them just to release ranked later, but in like maybe season 1 or something, but we're getting social and ranked play from the very beginning. And one of the things I like, okay, I like this. You have quick play, and then you got player versus bots. And like I said, I think that we're going to have multiple pro players. You're going to have, I mean, even myself too, dude. I want to, a way to warm up is to go against bots. Whether you want to have it on the beginner difficulty or higher difficulty, play against some bots, warm up, and then jump in. Having the combat training, you know, having all of that stuff it's setting up new players for success. And like I said, I believe this will be the biggest game ever on for Gears of War in Gears of War's history on PC. That having these features is massive, dude.
Choose a playlist, play bots as you continue to train your skills. If you're feeling up to it, join ranked, get sweaty, and test yourself in more competitive playlists while earning exclusive rewards.
Almost all our character skins are based directly in the lore, themes, and events of the Gears universe. Our legendary skins are a bit more over the top, celebrating gritty and imaginative design.
I do like, okay. Well, let's talk about these really quick. Extra, what's up, brother? We're still here, dude. Hey, man, we just kind of started yapping. You know what I mean? I've just been yapping all day. But it's good, dude. We're just kind of hanging out with the boys, man. We're prepping for the beta. The beta's coming, dude. I mean, we're getting close. I mean, look, week away, dude. I mean, less than a week away. Less than a week away from the early access, guys. I'm so fucking ready, dude. I'm so hyped. Okay. So some of these, with the prototype Lancer, I like, dude, overall, I like the skins. I do like these skins. These skins are pretty cool. Personally, I'm not going to be, okay, I can promise you guys this. Check this out.
First, our legendary skin.
Okay, Exfil Dom, you won't see me be running around with him. You just won't. And I'll tell you why here in a sec.
Are a bit more over the top.
Rendezvous Marcus, Death's Rendezvous Marcus, you will not see me running around with him either. You guys want to know why? It has nothing to do, like, I think they look cool, okay? They look cool. But they're too flat, they're too bright. I don't want my character to be a glow stick on the map, bro. I don't want you to see me. Like, dude, give me Bravo Squad, Marcus, and I can, like, sneak in there. You know what I mean? I don't want you to, I don't want to have a big target on my back. Oh, there's Zero. He's got the Death's Rendezvous Marcus. Bro, I am not doing that. And somewhat the same thing with the weapon skins. You may not really think about it, guys, but I think about that stuff psychologically. Like, if I've got a skin that's glowing, well, I see exactly where you are. I can tell my teammates where you are. I can, you know, whatever. And so I love people who play with these skins because I can see you. You know, it's not like you have a smaller hitbox, like the Terminator skin or something. I can see you, you know?
Celebrating gritty and imaginative designs inspired by the vibes of our brand.
I do, like, dude, I do love the skin. The look of the skins are sick, dude. They are really cool looking.
When it comes to collecting and growing your own collection of customization items in eDay, we've taken a more old school inspired approach. That means nearly every single piece of customization in eDay can be earned by just playing the game. You'll unlock new items through completing.
That's so huge, dude. I mean, it's such a W. You know, Extra and I talked about this on the Gears cast. I mean, dude, it's all the different challenges that you can do. There's weekly challenges, seasonal challenges. I mean, like, this is awesome, dude. This is exactly what we want, dude. It's what we want. And even better, bro. Let's see here. I want to be able to, Frank, what's up, brother? I want to be able to auto pick up the power energy in Siege. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that. I had mentioned that I would like to see the energy, or not even energy, more like cog tags be like in kill confirmed on Call of Duty, like in versus. Like, it makes more sense to me. Like, I kill someone, and if it's a specific mode where they drop their cog tags and I have to confirm the kill by going up and picking up their cog tags, that makes sense to me. In Horde Siege, the energy thing, I don't like it. I just don't like it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Will Horde have proximity chat? I believe so. I think so. Doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it does have proximity chat. I believe so, brother. Do you think eDay will be better than Gears 1 to 3? Dude, look, we can't have recency bias, guys, okay? It's very important that we got to keep things in context here. Gears of War eDay so far, everything that they've done so far, from that initial trailer a couple of years ago at the Xbox Game Showcase to now with the multiplayer reveal, deep dive, unbelievable. They have hit everything perfect. It is perfect what they've hit. I played the game, and I can tell you, from Versus to Horde Siege, it's incredible. Breath of fresh air, incredible. But we have not played the campaign. We have not played Crucible. We have not played Demolition. We have not played all of like what Horde has to offer in terms of like all of the different Locust variants and yada, yada, yada. I have to play the campaign first. The story is very important to me in terms of when we talk about, are you on the Mount Rushmore of Gears of War titles? eDay is like at face value. When I look at it, I'm like, dude, this could very well become the greatest Gears of War of all time. Like at face value, I'm like, it could very well become the greatest ever. But a lot of times, guys, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. It's about how, like, the legs that you have. You could have, like, this great idea, this great whatever. The game comes out. There's all these bugs, issues. They don't fix it in time. Lose a lot of the audience. Then you have Call of Duty coming out 2 weeks later. GTA 6 coming out a month after that. Like, there's things that, like, yes, Gears of War eDay could very well be the greatest Gears of War of all time. It could be the greatest ever. My personal favorite is Gears of War 3. That is, I believe, the greatest Gears of War of all time. Gears of War 2 is a close second for me. But if you get even remotely close to those two with Gears of War eDay, we are cooking for the next number of years, ladies and gentlemen. We're absolutely cooking if you get anywhere near Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3. I'm just telling you. So hold that thought, Frank. Let's give it some time. Let the beta, like once the beta comes out, let that digest. Once we get to launch, campaign, all that stuff, let it digest. Come back and ask me at the end of 2026. I would say if you give me a couple of months after launch, I will be able to tell you. It might even be before that, depending on how things go with the campaign and stuff and launch and everything. But I would say by the end of the year, I will be able to tell you if where Gears of War eDay stands from a, you know, the franchise as a whole. Okay, I'll be able to tell you then. Does the snub down people, Scott? What is up? Does the snub down people if you hit every shot in the mag? I don't believe so. It might in versus, but I believe personally, dude, that the Lancer prototype and the snub need a buff. They both need a buff. They aren't powerful enough, in my personal opinion. Slight buff. The incinerator shotgun needs to be nerfed a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, the Lancer and snub are weak, dude. I don't I will tell you that I don't think it's the reason why I believe that was a creative decision. That was a decision by the coalition because the mag is bigger in the Lancer. You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger magazine now, so that's probably why they're doing that. Anyways, but yes, guys, E-Day's incredible. I can't wait to play it with you guys.
Seasonal and event challenges, unlocking achievements, and by earning medals from our classic medal system. Everything else can be obtained by completing matches and earning coins, which unlock items in the barracks. We'll have a few things that are pay only, but they're limited to our premium edition items and
a few items that are payable, gentlemen. A few items. Guys, you know I have pounded the table about this so much, dude. Have earnable items over the payable items. Make the things that you earn cooler than the things that you earn. Or, I'm sorry, than the things that you pay for, right? Earnable items over payable items. Every day of the week, you sign me up right now for it. If you say, hey, Josh, hey, Zro, these things you can pay for, but that's going to help support the esports scene. You pay for this stuff, it's going to help us support future seasonal content or whatever, you know, yada, yada, yada. I'll give you that money. Make it grounded in Gears of War, what this thing is. I'll take my money, bro. But don't make the shop this huge emphasis on that. The coalition has learned, guys. They learned what they did right, what they did wrong. Think of the things they did right with Gears of War 4, but also the things they did wrong there. Think of Gears 5, the things they did right, the things they did wrong, the things that they need to do different moving forward, and they've learned. Like, holy shit, bro. Think about it.
charity or partner content like the Ride the Lightning weapon skin set we've created in partnership with Metallica. Every season, we'll grow our lineup of COG and Locust characters, as well as adding new weapon skins, poses, customization elements, challenges, medals, and events. All of this is to say, there's no battle pass.
My man, that guy, gentlemen, we actually follow each other on X, but this is something that is so refreshing, dude. As Scott, shout out to Scott. So refreshing, dude. No battle pass, no bullshit.
No pay to win, no bullshit.
No pay to win. No battle pass. Guys, and I'm not going to lie. I thought that we were going to have a battle pass. I did, man. I stated it a lot. I was like, man, dude, I think we're going to, especially now that it's only going to be an Xbox exclusive. I was like, man, dude, they got to make money some way, right? I mean, you know, and we all kind of know this. We know that the coalition and Xbox, they got to make money, right? They've got to, especially with how expensive games are to make now. It's expensive, dude. And most of it isn't even making the game. It's the salaries for these studios. Paying someone $50, $60, $70, $100,000 a year, and you've got a whole team of 300 people, and it took you 5 years to make the game. Well, do the math, guys. So what I'm saying is they got to make money, but like they're trusting a process. They're trusting, like they're saying, you know what? We got something so special that people are going to eat this up all day. And I think we are.
What you want, chase the unlocks that you think are the coolest, and we'll have themed seasonal updates that bring in loads of new kick-ass content.
There. I'm going to say this, man.
Horde Siege.
They are saying everything right, dude. They're saying everything right. They are absolutely cooking, dude. Like cooking in ways that you would not believe. Like that I didn't this is a new era for the coalition. New era for Gears of War, dude. Without a shadow of a doubt.
And Gears Versus. Epic PvE battles and tight PvP combat that deliver on that intense Gears action in a totally new game. So grab your squad and join the fight. Early access to the open beta begins August 6th on Xbox, PC, and Steam. And we can't wait for you to get your hands on Gears of War E-Day. We'll see you on the battlefield.
Gentlemen, I'm going to see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys this weekend for sure. But I'm going to see you guys on the battlefield August 6th to the 10th for early access. And I'll see probably even more of you August 13th to the 17th of the open beta. Gears of War E-Day, guys, is off to the races. And I'm here to tell you that Gears of War, once again, is back and better than ever. And I am here for all of you. I absolutely love all of you. You guys are everything, man. You are Gears of War. There is no Gears without you, without me, without the community. We are Gears of War, and I cannot wait to experience the beta weekend, the betas with all of you. And we're in for something I believe very, very special. I appreciate each and every one of you, guys and girls, for joining me for this episode of the ANML Zro Show. In this Q&A, special Q&A edition. I love you guys all very much. I will see you guys all here in the very near future. If you guys enjoyed it, do me a huge favor, guys. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the launch of Gears of War E-Day. We're getting closer every single day. 10,000 subscribers. We're getting close, guys. Getting closer and closer every single day. And it's all because of you. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure that you leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Stay positive. Just keep grinding. And as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.